What's up?
Hey, how are you?
I'm all right. Doing all right?
Not bad, not bad. Uh,
Yeah. You're not supposed to really be on nights tonight.
Wait, is that this weekend or this week rather?
No, well, I'm supposed to be. Yeah, but I've been on straight days for a while. Yep.
Oh, how's that going for you?
Getting tired of getting up in the morning.
I believe it. Saw you back in the gym again.
I never quit.
Well, I know, but like you just never post about it.
Yeah. Actually, since I've been on straight days, I haven't been, but I started back Monday. I just get up early, which I'm never a morning person, never worked out in the morning.
Yeah.
But I started this week working out in the morning. So,
Hmm. Hey,
yeah.
dude.
What's up?
PP,
What's up?
what's up, PP?
Same old stuff, different time, different day.
Mm-hmm. That
Yeah,
sounds about right.
just same old stuff, different time, different day.
What's going
Pretty much.
on?
What about that puppy, Bruce? How's that puppy looking?
He's looking good. I took him for a little stroll today on the rock, so I've been trying to get him
Drake,
used to
Drake
everything.
ain't, Drake ain't shut up about him.
Oh
That's all
shoot.
I hear. That's all I've
Yeah.
heard about that puppy.
Mm.
He said he's
Would
got a
you have it
side by
any other way?
side. What's that?
What was
Would you
that,
have it
Amanda?
any other way though?
I don't know. Sometimes I wish I could take his vocal cords out. He don't ever shut up. He talks more than I do.
We
Well,
we talk a
that's how
lot.
kids are.
Yeah, oh
Hey, hey,
man, he don't ever shut up. I love him to death. I wouldn't I'd do anything in the world for him. But God, I'm like Drake, hush for 5 minutes, man. He followed Bruce around all day Sunday when we stopped by there. Bruce couldn't do nothing without tripping over him.
oh,
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to get on Caleb's butt about being late. Yeah, whenever I was on it, he used to get on my butt about being late. I'm going to get on his butt. I was actually on time.
he's got to get to that good Wi-Fi. That's what's happening.
Yeah, he's at there and
That's
sitting at
what it is.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I don't. They need to get him some AT&T out there or something.
Mm. I don't know about that AT&T. Like we have decent enough Wi-Fi kind of in the house and everything, but the moment I'm like in the driveway, it sits there and stares at me like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you were still searching."
AT&T, it does us pretty good. I can't lie. I
Yeah.
really like it. And then we got that fiber optic AT&T at the shop, so it's showing up
Mm.
fast.
Now, I remember I was actually living in Kansas City when they were introducing Google Fiber. Man, what a time to be alive, man. That was some wild stuff. Ah, Caleb, it's not going to let you join the old-fashioned way. 1 second. It does not. You might have to hop out and hop back in. I tried your request and it told me no, and then I tried to bring you on camera. It said, "Ha, still a no."
And we don't need you on here, Caleb. I got it. I can handle it.
I know, right? Those people.
This ain't my first rodeo, Caleb. I've been here and done this.
All right, so it's adding in. Let's see if it actually does. Hey, Lance, would you leave that box alone, please, man? Got a few things in that we're gonna make an accent wall of some kind, and Helios really wants in that box. It's annoying. Okay, we're gonna try this again, Caleb. It's not liking you. Of course, Caleb picks tonight to do that.
Of
Trust
course.
me, it happens. Always happens.
Oh man. Are you in Guam or something, Caleb? What are you doing? It still says adding. It's like, oh, we're adding him. We'll be here for the better part of a decade. It'll be okay. Everything's gonna be just fine. Wow. Oh, Caleb, I don't know where you're at, but it's not where the Wi-Fi is.
It happens.
See here in the chat. Oh, this connection failed. I don't know if that's his or mine.
He might need to log out and log back on.
I know, right? Here, let me. That's what I told him. Let's see here. Let's try this way and see if it does it. Helios, get out of that box. You're too big, son. You don't fit in that box. Oh,
That's great.
It feels like we're just gonna have to start this with him. Caleb. Deciding he's gonna make an entrance. Hop out and try to get back in, kid.
Payton been typing too much. He done kicked his own self out.
Oh no! Oh shit! It sure did. Dang, we can't get nothing right today.
Hey, Jonathan, what's up, man?
Hey, dude. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday Night Bully Talk. All the talking that's happening right now.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, dude. Trying to get. Let's see here. Why on earth is it? Nope. Ah! Try that again, Caleb, because it was trying to add you. There it goes. Let's see here. I'm going to invite you. Let me see if it'll let me do this. Hey, where'd you go? Caleb, I don't know what is happening with your Wi-Fi son. I'm about to bring on your wife. Let's talk to her for a while. See if her Wi-Fi's better.
Can't be. She probably at home.
How far? Yeah. Yeah, we're trying. We're trying. Sorry, Jonathan, we're trying. We really are, I swear. Actually attempting. It's just not, working.
You don't want to be like me, Cucumber.
You don't want to be like you?
You don't want to be like me.
Oh, why not? Okay, so let's try this again, shall we? Okay, there's Payton. And then now we're just waiting for Caleb.
Hey, you stop all that typing.
Man, no, I was sitting here trying to do something. I was sitting here fooling my phone. I accidentally slid up on it and it went to the next live. I was like, son of a.
Like, oh, well, that's not where I wanted to be. Oh, okay, Caleb, I'm going to try and invite you. Let's see if this works. Otherwise, we're just going to start with that until you get good Wi-Fi. You do. I can't look at her. Oh, Jonathan. Caleb, for real, like this is wild. I don't know why it's not letting you on, bro. I have no idea. I'm out of options.
Has he shaved his head lately? Is it like spiky or like what's going
I have
on? It might
no
be
idea.
something.
It might be
That,
messing with the radio signal. Is that what you're saying?
that chrome dome probably screwing him over.
Yeah. It's messing up with his reception. It's definitely it. It's got to be.
Put a ball cap on.
I swear it's like, and I know it's not me. I know it's like, because I'm able to start the process of like inviting him on, and then it just sits there and spins. Like I think it's just the fates telling you to hang out for a second. Oh, hey, little dude.
There's Bruce. You gonna tell him hey?
Hey,
Yeah, you can't
what's
hear him.
up, Drake?
You can't hear him.
What's up, Drake?
Huh? Put this in your. Can you hear?
What's up, Drake?
Good.
You gonna come stay with me?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know.
That shifty Uncle Bruce.
I'ma see. I'ma see.
Hey, let's see. Mammy says she loves you.
I know.
But all you gotta do is put him on a tractor, and you'll have him there all day. He won't complain. Won't do
Well,
nothing.
I guess we had to ride the tractor then.
That's right.
And I'm
Put
like,
him on that side by side. Put him on that side by side. He'll get after it.
nicely done.
How many hogs you killed this past weekend?
One.
You killed one hog, so we said.
It's one more than me.
Oh, big old
Big
boy.
guy.
He said big old bull hog.
Where you went at Sunflower?
No,
McIntosh?
up in Camden.
Oh, okay.
His mama lives in Dixon Mills, and they hunt up there in Camden.
No,
Yeah, in Camden's where it's at.
we don't live in these hills.
Y'all live in Sweetwater and in Thomaston. It's right there between. You live right there between all of it. And that's pretty much Dixon Mills, son.
We don't live in Sweetwater.
But yeah, they got game dogs, and they catch them hogs with the dogs. So it's a
Whole thing.
I ain't did that in a long time.
go eat supper. I don't care nothing about it. Give me be honest with you. I don't care about hunting with a dog. Period.
No? Too much?
Them days over for me too.
I don't care nothing about it. If it ain't got something to do with a spotlight and a sunroof out of a Tahoe at 1 o'clock in the morning, I don't care nothing about it.
It's going to take its time letting you on, apparently. So we might as well go ahead and get started. I'll just keep on trying to add you as we move along.
Ask Bruce what Bruce. I brought my brother over to Bruce's house one time. Mammy said, "Hey." But anyways, and we was out there, and Bruce said, my brother said, "Yeah, you got some big deer out there up under your feeder like about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning." You remember that, Bruce?
Oh, shoot.
Bruce he's sitting there thinking, "Don't you ever come your butt back around." See, my mama's and his property pretty much butt up to one another. So
I remember you saying that at one point, and I was like, "Wow, that is close."
Yep, kind of close.
Very close. Very, very close.
So, for anybody that awkwardly does not know who you are, sir, out of all of our viewers, might as well go ahead and introduce yourself, and we'll go from there, sir.
If you don't know me, I'm Bruce's nephew, Payton Payne. I'm founder and owner of Old South Bully Farms. Me, Bruce, and Caleb started this live together, a little bit over a year and a half ago.
Okay. Over a year and a half ago, easily.
Yeah, about a year and a half ago, if I remember right. And everything, and it's blew up since then. It's done pretty good. I can't complain about it. That's for sure. I've done a little bit different. Everybody does show dogs, and I was doing show dogs. And here recently, my Uncle Bruce was talking to me and told me, "Payton, you pretty much you getting left behind. You need to do something different." And now look at me. I bought two of the most hated dogs I've ever bought in my life. I
Hated
bought
dogs.
I bought a red line dog and I bought a Kimbo dog. I can't stand.
Oh, wow.
I hate Kimbo and I hate red line
I
with a
know.
passion. But
Dang.
I bought two, and I'm trying to get on track and trying to catch up with Bruce. I'm gonna have to play about 30 years of catch up, but I'm going
It ain't gonna take that long.
to. So, but yeah.
That's not shit.
Oh, there's Caleb. He's coming on now.
Oh,
Caleb's gonna give me hell about them red line dogs as soon as he gets on here. I was waiting on Jesse Clark because I copied Jesse Clark in there, and he's been giving me hell about it too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh God, every day, every time we talk. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, I can hear
Caleb
you
had
fine.
he had his on mute. Caleb had his on mute.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
all I seen was Caleb was coming on. I didn't see his pictures or nothing, but I didn't see his picture and I couldn't hear him. So
Yeah.
no, that one I know. And go shut that door.
Hey, you know what though? It's funny because a lot of people talk about blood that they wouldn't have. They wouldn't have in their yard. But later on down the line, I guess they forget they said that and they go breed to it. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying? Or
I
just
ain't.
They do it inadvertently because they're not looking at the
not talking
pedigree so
about
much.
you,
And
but I'm
realize
talking
that
about
that's
people in
dog that's
general.
in the pedigree.
Oh, I can tell you, I still to this day hate it with a passion. But I knew I had to do it, or either I was just gonna stay stuck with mediocre dogs. I mean, that's all it is to it. I knew that's what was gonna happen.
But
So I bit the bullet and I went to the freakiest stuff I could get. I got Sandman Jr. and he's a Shockwave and a Dexter grandson. Sandman's son. I got him. I got Warlet, which is HBK Braga daughter. She's freaking huge. Uh, I got a war bear daughter bred to Provost's Kit Kat. That's the ugliest, most screwed up dog I've got. It looks like a gremlin. I can tell you. Whenever I used to make fun of red line dogs, this is the dog that I made fun of. I'm not gonna say that's the exact dog I made fun of, but that is. I
close
mean, it fits the description.
enough.
Fits the description.
Dang. So when you went with those bloods, because anybody that's pretty familiar with what you have so far, you have that more like leaner, meaner, more functional framework dog. So like when you went with these two new bloods, what exactly precisely are you trying to either add, counteract, or enhance?
Well, so everybody knows I got, like I said, the Molston Iron Cross dogs. That's very. You can ask Bruce. Bruce seen Axel the other day. He's clean. I mean, clean, correct. I've got some of those. In my opinion, I'm not going to tell you they are because I know everybody's got their own opinion. But they're some of the most clean, functional dogs I've ever seen in my life. And I mean, they might be a little bit leaner than what most like, but that's how I really like them, And I started looking and I was like, you know what? I got to have chest. And so I said, you know what? Let me go out here and get some fugly, messed up red line females and let me take this to these dogs. Oh, take this to my clean dogs and let's make clean freaks because like me and Bruce was talking. Your male is locked in with its DNA. You're not changing it whatsoever. I mean, it sounds funny, but I mean, just God honestly, you're not. It's so locked in, you're not going to change it. I mean, it's going to carry on into your puppies more than your females. But your female is going to add to your male. Your female carries 60% of the DNA of the puppies, 40, and males is 40% of the DNA of the puppies. 60, yeah, ain't that right? 60, 40, I think it's right. Oh, yeah. Anyways, so I grabbed these because they got big bone, they got wide chest, and I need that. I've got the I got the cleanliness now, Pat. I needed to add freaky.
Gotcha.
As in other words, he's really trying to add girth is what
Yeah,
he's
pretty
really
much.
saying, but he still want,
Yeah.
straight feet. That can be done. That can be done, not saying it can be done in the first litter. You know what I'm saying? So he's really starting, I didn't think he would ever branch out to blood like that because he always, talk bad about it. But um it's funny, he got to do something to change the game in his yard because everybody else done changed the game. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't trying to catch up. He's there. He's just trying to add girth to his line, to his lineage or whatsoever.
Yeah.
And the best part about it though, you can ask Bruce, and he's got pictures of her, and I don't know if I've posted pictures of her or not, but I got Warlet, and she's a HBK Braga daughter. She's
Mhm.
actually pretty clean. Her feet ain't the best, but but whenever it comes to her chest, it comes to her back and everything, she's actually pretty freaking clean. She's a female version of her father. How big was Braga, Bruce? He was like 160 something.
I can't remember.
I think he's 160. She's
Who?
about 120. And I mean, but she is a. I wish. I wish we was on TikTok. If we was on TikTok, I could bring it up and put it on the screen so you can see. That's the coolest thing ever. And we did change over to TikTok, but anyways, but that's the coolest thing ever. And but I could show. I'll post a picture of her later on my Facebook page so y'all can see what I'm trying to accomplish. But
Hey, Peyton, I know you changed it up a little bit. You started another live, you and Cody Vincent, and I forget his name, but tell us how that's going. Tell us what y'all mainly focus on.
well, me and Cody Vinson, we jumped on TikTok live about a month or two ago. We started doing it, and we brought on Josh Stanley, brought on a few different breeders, and we best thing about the live, when we go live, we encourage everybody to get on live with us because you can have up to 8 people on live at the same time. And then on top of that, we can bring up our pictures and be like, hey, look, this is what we're looking for. This is what we're trying to add. This is what we're trying to take away and everything else. And so we swap the TikTok, but we don't only talk about dogs. We talk about when we talk about hunting, we talk about fishing, we talk about cars. I mean, we talk about everything. So we try to make a mixture. We start on TikTok on it's usually my profile, but sometimes we jump on with Cody. But we usually get on about 7 o'clock on Tuesdays. We hadn't in the past two weeks. Cody's fourth daughter.
Yeah, I want to say I haven't.
Yeah, Cody's coaching a softball team for his daughters, and their ball games has been hitting at 7 o'clock. So I told him we'll just slow it down, and we'll redo everything and everything else whenever he gets done. He should be done next week or two, though.
It's, life gets in the way sometimes, but
Yeah,
you gotta enjoy the things in life that are like packed into small weeks and months, and then
yeah.
go back to normal when those things are
We'll,
taken care of.
we'll be able to jump back on it and get it back on track. I just been waiting on him, and like I said, I'm not gonna get on there and go live by myself. I feel goofy when I do that.
It's like I feel like I'm talking to myself.
Yeah,
It's really
exactly.
awkward. You're sitting there
Exactly.
talking to everybody on the live. I can't keep I have a really hard time keeping up with the comments. So like that, it's just one of those things where just like you said, if like you're sitting there by yourself, you feel kind of goofy because you're talking, but you're also trying to like focus on all the comments, and it's just like no one else is talking. Like
Mhm.
while you're looking at the comments, luckily, like
Yeah.
Bruce will be asking questions, or Caleb will be asking questions, or the guest will be talking, and I can go like look through the comments
Yeah.
or
If you
what you
don't.
picked up. But if you're by yourself, there's a lot of dead air, and it's awkward.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Oh
It's,
yeah.
it's like I
I
used to
think
feel so awkward when I started this one up, and I had to wait on somebody to come on. I was like,
Like right now, waiting for Caleb.
he'll be all
Caleb
right.
says Wi-Fi. His Wi-Fi is slow. He can't get no Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Hey, Caleb just said I've been begging him to be on a guest. I done told him if y'all three want to come on one Tuesday, we'll all go live on TikTok one Tuesday. It don't make a difference. We'll all do it. We'll all get on there and just talk about each other's lives. We ain't even got to talk about dogs. We'll just sit there and make each other's lives uproar. Because man, in the end of the day, we're all in it together.
But you're not trying hard enough. Just so we're clear.
If he was trying hard enough, he'd be on I-65 headed towards Creola right now.
Driving north. Oh God.
Nah, headed south.
Keeps on trying to. Here, let me try.
65 south. Hey, go to McDonald's.
So
McDonald's got free Wi-Fi. Hell, Walmart's got free Wi-Fi. Roll on.
Find yourself a dollar store. There's so many things he could do. I'm sure he's gonna park in a gas station or something. Bless his heart.
So Peyton, you hadn't been to any shows this year, huh?
I ain't been to shows. Last show I've been to, I think, was Jonathan Cucumbers. I think was his last show, and that was last year.
Yeah, that was not the
I hadn't been. I'll be honest with you. Some of them shows just put a bad taste in my mouth. They wasn't even. It wasn't even about the judges. It was about the people. You know, and I just said, you know what, I'm gonna stick to myself. And I mean, if Bruce calls me and says you want to go to a show, I'll load up and go. But it ain't gonna be for me. I ain't gonna take nothing of mine. I go there and I'll hold Dread Doctor or whatever while he's in the show ring with Ark. So I don't care. But it's just, I don't know. It's that show scene just ain't for me. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's people's just got so much hatred built up to one another, and I'm like, look, it's just a ribbon. It's just a trophy. It's just a dog. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, he said it's just a dog. Look, man, it's just a dog. Okay, it's not. I mean, I love them to death, but it's just a dog. I mean, don't get your boxers, tied up in a bunch over some BS.
Well, I think so. It's the one thing that I've actually found is it kind of really does depend on the registry. I feel like there are sometimes when I go to like all breed registries like UKC where that's the feeling. It's just like this is my dog. They work. This is what they do. When they're not doing shows, they're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, so they treat their dogs like working animals, and so it is a totally different vibe the way that they treat not just their dogs but each other versus dogs, like our breed. So it could be different depending on the environment for sure. I didn't know if you'd ever been to any of the UKC shows at all.
No, I hadn't.
You got those stars, man. Come on.
I'd like to go to a UKC show just because of what you're talking about, like, because I know they do, different types of shows. I mean, they do weight pulling, they do, dog diving and everything else. I'd like to go just to see. Man. I just want to go see the dog diving. If you want me to be honest with you, I don't care about the rest of it.
Oh, it's super fun. And I really love the
can y'all see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Just ignoring you.
I promise I've been trying. Lord, I've been trying.
Ain't been trying hard enough.
Oh, my gosh. Adam, what up, my man? Craig, what up?
Ain't been trying.
Lord, I've been driving around town looking for internet. No, the internet. Oh, my gosh. Y'all
where did you end up? Like, where are you? Are you safe?
I'm back at my job. So the internet went out up here. And then, so I tried at home. Oh, my gosh. But, hey, I'm here. Hey, I'm sorry. I've been looking forward to this, but hey, 30 minutes late, 29.
Hey, it's better late than never. Don't ever say nothing to me about being late at starting a live ever again. I was never late more than 5 minutes late.
But you were 5 minutes late every time.
30 minutes late.
Play nice.
Oh.
No. I like what Jose just said. Did you see what he said in the comments? It's like it's not about the dog; it's about the hard work and the bond. I wholeheartedly agree with that. I mean, I don't care how competitive I can be. Sometimes I just like being in the ring with my damn dog. You know, we've put in the work, we've bonded, we've hung out. I think that's why one dog prefers me to Matt anyways, is because I work with him more, you know? So I just really enjoy it. Ribbons, trophies, titles aside, I really enjoy it because it's time to hang out with my dog.
Yeah. And time to show off the work that you put in, because that's a lot of work behind Lord Jesus. A lot of work. People don't realize how much work that goes in. Like, I'm not a handler. Like, I'm not talking about myself. Like, I'm talking about Micaiah. I'm talking about, Amanda, like the work you put in with Adonis. Like, I'm talking about these people that are really, really putting in the long hours and, man, getting their dog groomed. There's a preparation process.
It's luckily, like, we don't have like Afghan hounds that have like 20,000 inch fur that you have to constantly groom and stuff. Luckily our breed is relatively easy in that regard, but at the same time it's like it's still a process. Hey Peyton, try to send an invite. Is it going to let you do that, or are you going to have to hop out first? He was trying to make a comment and it kicked him out.
Yeah, if you hit on like the hyperlink
type.
Yeah, so this is the second time he's done it. Like, he'll swipe somehow and it'll take him to the next live underneath it. We're like, oh shit. No more touching up the screen. You're killing me. I'm gonna send you an invite on 1 second. That should kick you in. Funny. How much do y'all frown on slight underbite? I have a nice boy and I want to get into shows. So, speaking from experience, that also can boil down to registry and judges. Considering the reality that we live in, our breed, especially standards and pockets, they have so much bulldog influence that you're more likely to have an underbite with like a standard or a pocket than you are with an XL. It's just statistics don't lie. But judges have the tendency to not really consider that a fault. A flaw, yes. A fault, no, until it's about 1/4 of an inch. Like, if there's a 1/4 of an inch deficit, then they consider that an actual fault. But before then, it's just a flaw among however many other flaws are in that ring. Because again, you're not competing against the other dogs in the ring. You're competing against the actual breed standard. So if your dog is closer to that breed standard than the other dogs in the ring, in spite of that slight underbite, then you're taking home the ribbon. So in UKC, they're a little bit more strict about the underbite. They don't care about the bulldog influence. They really don't. Now, there are some judges that don't actually count it again until it's about that 1/4 of an inch. But outside of that, there's definitely some judges that automatically they've just completely, dismissed your dog. And they may not physically dismiss you. They may let you make the rounds and everything, but your dog's no longer under consideration. But there's a list of judges that are kind of like that. And others that don't care.
And it depends on the rest of the dog. Is that one of the only flaws that dog has? Like, is that going to be the best dog in the ring? Like, if it's, multiple flaws plus the underbite, like, yeah, you might, that's, breed stock.
Yeah, if you got easty westy, a little cowhocked, and you got an underbite, the likelihood of you rebounding is not very high. But if literally you've got all the other makings of breed type, and you have a slight underbite, the underbite's going to count a little bit less towards them choosing a dog over yours.
Yeah. Peyton, what's up, man?
Oh, yep. Jose, you're 100% right. Yeah. And while UKC has low-key kind of always really frowned upon the underbite, they recently it's become a real upfront, very blatant feature that they say that they frown upon and do not allow, even though there's some judges that aren't going to keep that against you because they know better. But
and it depends on the severity of it too. Like, is it showing with just their mouth closed? Is it that type of underbite? Like you said, the quarter inch, that's a cool rule of thumb.
So like an Habsburg jaw, are we talking about some serious inbreeding here? Or are we just talking about slight underbite?
Yes. But hey, all right, so viewers and, cast too, I don't know where we were. Like I said, I've been trying to get on, but I haven't been able to. It's been buffering literally the entire time. But, hey, it's cool bringing Payton back on. Literally, Payton called me one day with the idea to do this live, and it kicked off. And, we actually brought Bruce on as, our first guest. It went so well. We brought him on as a host. We brought Amanda on as a guest. Went extremely well. So it's cool, like really kind of reliving this and all getting together again like this.
A family reunion.
But man, it's pretty cool, Payton. You ventured out.
Yeah, we was on here talking about Red Line and Kimbo dogs,
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all about always do. We was talking bad about them.
Man, what you talk bad about? What, your dogs? Because I couldn't believe it when Payton called me and said, "Hey, you're not gonna believe the dogs that I got."
Hey, Caleb, you notice he said we it wasn't we, it was him.
Yep.
Hey, I still talk bad about him. What I was calling them fugly a while ago.
She's ugly. I don't like her, but I have. She's cool.
Yeah, she is.
Oh man.
God almighty, that thing. Yeah, I compared this fugly thing to dump truck. I mean, and Jamario knows how I feel about dump trucks. This thing.
Yeah. But,
oh,
hey, let's dive into this. This is a good topic, really, to kind of talk about, like the breed stock, the show stock, kind of really having those tools in your yard to build what you're looking to build. If you're looking to change a screw, you're not going to go in there with the hammer.
Right.
I mean, I know a few guys. I know a few guys that will. I mean, I am a mechanic, and I got dumb ass folks that work for me. So.
Yeah, but no, tools on the yard are needed. And Bruce, I know that you can attest to this. Like, we told Payton as bluntly as possible, like, hey, man, there ain't nothing wrong with different bloods. There ain't nothing wrong with different bloods. No, we talked to him until we were red in the face.
Man.
And when he called and said, "You're not going to believe what's on my yard," like, what happened? But let's not dive into that because it might be something weird. No. But I'm glad it happened because tools are needed to take place.
Yeah, you got to have them if you're gonna make it work. Appreciate it. You gotta have them if you want to make it work. Caleb breeds show quality dogs. Bruce, he breeds freakish show quality dogs. When I say freakish show quality dogs, King Cooper is the cleanest Merle I've ever seen in my life. He's 164 pounds, right? Bruce, 167.
No, he ain't that big.
Oh, come on. No,
he ain't that. He probably about 130.
No, Dread's 160.
Dread is 164.
Dread's 160 something.
Yeah,
but once you go look at them dogs,
Cooper.
Dread's 24 inches tall?
About a little over 24. About 24 and a half, somewhere like that.
So Bruce has taken these dogs and has created a masterpiece with them. Y'all think J.C. Brewer's got some dogs? No, you need to go see Bruce's. I don't care. Screw the 210-pound dogs. Bruce has got the cleanest. I mean, you're like short back, cleanest dogs. And I started looking at his dogs, and I was like, you know what? I got these Mogulston dogs with short backs and stuff. I want to make his dogs even shorter, and I want to add his stuff into it. And I started looking into his pedigrees because I build his pedigrees for him online and everything. And I was like, you know what? Look at this. He's got red line all through these dogs. I'm like, I'm out here making fun of these dogs, and look at how clean his dogs are. And then I started looking at Red Bear, and I'm like, God, dog, Red Bear, he wasn't as bad. But War Bear is a freaking train wreck. I don't care who you are. I got a War Bear daughter, so I can talk like that. I mean, I got a War Bear daughter, so I can say stuff like that. So.
As long as she looks better than he does, just all to say whatever you want.
Hey, she's fugly, dude. That's the most. When I say fugly, I mean fugly. I mean that thing's bad, son. That thing's uglier than homemade sin. I mean it's bad. It's uglier than Putin in church. That thing is bad. I ain't gonna tell you. But
Hey, Craig said, "You shut your filthy mouth."
hey, Craig, ain't nobody worried about you, man. He's wanting to buy that fugly freaking dog. That's the reason he's talking to me about it, because he's in love with that thing, man. He loves them fugly dogs, man. The only reason I got it is I needed spread and I needed bone. I didn't need nothing else but spread and bone. Stay off me.
Desperate times, mother sucker.
Yeah,
Desperate
that's
times.
right. That's right. He said she is ugly as. He
Oh
said
my
she is
God.
ugly. He loves them ugly freaking dogs, man. Hey, and here's the thing, man. Warbear daughter bred the Pro Bulls Kit Kat. I mean, and I know y'all seen the breed, you know, but man, this thing ain't got to be but about 15 inches tall. She's ugly, short. I mean, low rider. I mean, like whatever. I was talking to Adam Cheesem. Adam Cheesem, I think that's how you say his name. I really don't know. I called him Adam Chavez for the longest time, and he got mad at me because he was the only red-headed Mexican he's ever met, apparently. But anyway,
I don't think he's right
well, I
either.
don't know what it is, if you want me to be honest with you. But so I mean, it's like cucumber. Like whenever Bruce was calling Jonathan, I don't even know how to say his name, so I call him Cucumber. So I mean, it don't make a difference. But anyway, so old Adam Cheesem, or I don't. Screw it, Adam. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so he told me he's got the littermate sister, and she's the same way. I mean, freaking that far off the ground. And I hate pockets and I hate exotics, but I got exotic pocket XLs with the freak I got. Anyways, but anyways, so he told me, he said, you better breed that dog to like a 26-inch dog, or you're not going. I mean, I was like, he said that joker cut the legs off of. Yeah, he's got blue cheese. Blue cheese. Look, blue cheese is an amazing dog, and y'all never guess what? I actually like blue cheese, and I might be using blue cheese as a stud. So let's just leave it there. And that's a yeah. I know. Look, y'all know what I'm talking about too. Yeah, that's freaking big ballers, and you know how bad I hit on big ballers too. I didn't hit on them as bad, but I hit on them pretty bad. But Bruce asked me one time, he said, would you ever use a big baller stud? I said, who do you think you're talking to? No, I would not use a big baller stud.
Look at you
Look
now.
at me. I'm freaking using blue cheese.
So
To that fugly female. To the fugly female, man. To the one I hate with a passion. And the thing is, man, she howls like a Catahoula cur. And I'm like, God, they left too much cur dog in you.
bless you.
Oh man.
Y'all missed me, didn't y'all? We got all night. I can tell you, I ain't got to stop.
At 9 o'clock, I'm
No, you're not. You're staying on, Baldy.
I'm
I get to
joking,
talk,
man.
I see Bruce one time a week. I ain't seen neither one of y'all, and I ain't talked to neither one of y'all in what, a year, 2 years. I'm staying on the live until y'all make me get off.
I'm satisfied.
That's right. I got a lot to say.
Man.
Yeah.
And when I got a lot to say, I love y'all. Even though I can kick Caleb in his big ass forehead, it goes all the way to the backside every once in a while.
It's a big enough target. I don't think you'd miss, even from your height.
That's what I'm saying. But the thing, like his forehead, is like it never ends. So man, it goes on back around. Hey, Craig's
Time
about
to make up for it. Listen.
Craig, lay off of me because I know what you're about to say. He's about to say Peyton's about bald too. Make him take that hat off. No, I'm not taking my hat off. I'm not taking my hat off. Not tonight.
If Bruce keeps wearing his visor, you wear your hat. It's fine.
No. He's just trying to make fun of me because I'm going bald.
This
Bruce
my
ain't going bald.
trademark.
Bruce
I
ain't
got
going bald. I'm going
Got a
bald.
whole head of hair. Look at that.
I ain't going bald. I just like this my trademark. I just like visors.
There you go. That's about all you get. I just got that little spot right there. It just getting worse and worse. I was looking at my brother today, and I was looking at my brother the other day, and I was like, "How do you still have a full head of hair?" I want to know.
Like, you lucky bastard.
Exactly. Like, what happened? And he wears a hat every day like me.
Did you get the recessive gene, or did he get the recessive gene? Like, which
the
one?
recessive gene. He got the recessive gene. And whenever I say that, my dad is completely bald. And to be honest with you, I mean, I'm not picking on your mama. I love you, mama, but she's thinning too. She's getting old. But you know, it happens. but I still love you, Mama. Hey, she'd say the same stuff about me. Don't even know. She tells me, but
get him.
But I ain't gonna lie. If it wasn't for me, she wouldn't be going bald or spinning or anything like that because
Yeah,
I
that's it.
stress her out pretty bad. I stress her out pretty bad. She calls me and gets on my butt all the time. I think she got Bruce's phone number because whenever I start doing stupid stuff, Bruce contacts me, and he don't even say nothing to me about my stupid stuff. But I know, like, when I'm doing something, Bruce contacts me out of the blue.
Either his ears were burning or someone called.
I'm like, yeah, she done called Bruce. So
That's every day. Like, what are you
No,
gonna do
no,
with my?
Bruce don't call me. Bruce don't call me. I usually call Bruce. I have to call him. We play phone tag. We play phone tag.
That's about right.
But once we get on the phone, we don't ever shut up. And it ain't never really about dogs. I really call him like, hey, what are you doing? You at work? And he's like, yep. And then it goes from trucks and tractors and stuff to dogs 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes.
And Bruce is my uncle I never had. Which, I mean, I got a few uncles, but he's one that.
I know. Hey, Peyton, remember when we met at his house?
Hey, yeah, you remember that time I took you and showed you all my folks' property and everybody that I know?
Oh,
Bruce,
what's
we
the
was on
tribe
the
that you're
phone all
part
the
of?
way to Bruce's house, and he was like, "Peyton, shut up! I get it. You know everybody here. Shut up."
Hey, what's the tribe that you're part of?
Well, I'm not a part of nothing, man. I got in an argument with somebody about that the other day.
Your dad?
I got put on Facebook. I got put on Facebook jail again a while back because of that.
Mm-mm.
I didn't even say nothing bad. I didn't cuss. I didn't cuss. I didn't call anybody names. I just said that it was made up. That's all I said.
I got
What's the tribe?
The
news.
Mohawk
They're like,
tribe. The Mohawk tribe. Only reason I
So is your dad a part of it? Yes or no? Is your dad a part of it? Yes or no?
think he paid his way into it. Yeah. But I carry a Mohawk card everywhere I go. If you carry a yellow handle case, you Mohawk. That's all it is to it. But
Yeah.
I do carry my Mohawk card, but I don't agree that I am Mohawk. I don't agree with that.
Yes, that's the Mohawk.
I got straight hair. My hair ain't kinky. I ain't Mohawk.
But hey, let's get back to the dogs. Hey,
my bad. We got off track.
Yes.
Okay, so I got fugly dogs. Yes, I got 2 fugly dogs, and I bought Sandman Jr. Yes, there we go.
All right,
Craig, ain't nobody worried about you. Craig, my buddy, me and Craig talk on a daily. My bad.
Hey, Sandman Jr. Who's his mom?
She's a Shockwave daughter and a Dexter granddaughter. Beat that.
Yeah. Hey, bred to Sandman.
Sandman. Now, let me tell you what's crazy. I'll go ahead and tell you because, I mean, I hadn't called them out on it, but they know. I mean, and I ain't really going to call them out on it, but I'm going to tell you what happened to me. Because you ain't got very many people watching us, but Sandman Jr. was allegedly, I don't know if this is true, but it was allegedly 160-something pounds that Sandman Jr. was in January. I went up there 2 weeks ago to pick him up. He's 74.4 pounds. Yeah. So I weighed him at Bruce's. Bruce, how much did he weigh at your house? I texted you. I can't remember because I get the privilege that I'm Bruce's nephew. I get to go do stuff when Bruce is not there.
I think it was 90 point something.
90.3 pounds in 2 weeks.
That's what you
gained 16 pounds in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's what he got back up to right now.
You want me to tell you the secret?
Let's go.
You ready? All right.
Yep.
2 tablespoons of Cairo syrup.
Mm-hmm.
2 tablespoons of bacon grease. 1 bowl of black gold dog food because Bruce taught me that's the best food in the world, and I believe it. I don't care what the scientist says. And get you a half a scoop of horse cool calories. It's $32 a bag at Tractor Supply. Get you half a scoop, put it on a bowl every single day. You'll pack weight on a dog fast.
Dang.
That's all you need. You don't need nothing else.
You forgot about the
Now,
bacon grease.
now, I did say bacon grease, didn't I?
Oh, you did?
Didn't I tell y'all
Okay.
two tablespoons bacon grease?
Okay.
So carrot syrup, bacon grease, and then
Yep.
black gold ball.
That cool calories. If you got a dog, and all you gotta do is feed 1 to 2 bowls of food a day, it just really depends on what you want to do. I got puppies in here playing. Anyways, so but a lot of people says don't feed but 1 bowl a day with her like that. I'm gonna be honest with you. If he's hungry, I'm gonna feed him, and I know he was hungry. He's 74.4 pounds. I really didn't care. I mean, that dog was rough. I thought when I picked him up, I was so mad. But I knew something wasn't right because look, I went up there to get this dog, and they was like, I used to transport dogs for bone kennels. Which I always deal with Isaiah. I got this dog from Tydrill, his brother. But Tydrill's like, hey man, I'm not there. This is where the paperwork's at. This is where the dog's at. Just run by there and grab him. I was like, you know what? Even though me and Bruce as tight as we are, and me and Caleb as tight as we are, if I've ever got a dog from them, I never picked up a dog at their house without them there. I mean, I'm just saying, no matter how tight we are, I've never done it.
Yeah.
Now, so that threw me up. I was like, hold up, something ain't right. But I ain't say nothing. I mean, gonna get my dog. It is what it is. I just already paid for it. It ain't no big deal. I pulled up and I seen this dog. If somebody had been there, they probably got shot. To be honest with you. Because I mean, that's how bad it hurt my feelings. That's how mad it was. Because no other dog there was like that. No other dog. That's the only dog. It threw me for a loop. He didn't have no sores. He didn't have nothing on him. He was being, when I say this, I say it the best way I can. He was taken care of, but he was not being fed. And now, how you gonna make sure a dog is his kennel's washed out? He's got water, but he ain't been fed. I want you to tell me that. But every other dog there is taken care of. When I say every other dog there is taken care of, every dog there, you can't count its ribs or its spine. You can't see it. But he's getting better and better. He's going to be all right, but I don't think he'll ever reach his full potential of what he was. He's 2.5 years old. They say he was that big. I don't know. I don't trust him no farther. I can throw him. And I can't throw nobody far because that's some big old boys, and I ain't but about 178 pounds. I mean, I might be cocky and arrogant, but I ain't that strong. I might tell you I'm that strong, but I ain't that damn strong.
No.
I'm cocky.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
there's a potential that was a fabrication as far as the weight he was before you picked him up. But at the same time, it's like you get him to about where they're supposed to be, and then no further.
Well, what's crazy is though,
that's the worst.
I want to know, and I want to know how that dog hadn't gave up on people yet, because he loves everybody. I mean, I've never in my life seen a dog just not give up on people, man. It's just, as soon as he walked in the door of my house, I brought him home. Megan, my wife, was sitting here in a chair. Next thing I know, he just runs up, just jumps in her lap, and it's like, hey, I know I'm getting fed here. I mean, it may have been because she just got done frying some pork chops. I don't know, but I mean,
it's not like pork chops.
And she started feeding me fried pork chops. I was like, hey, that was my fried pork chop. That was my fried pork chop. That wasn't the dog's. Oh, we got more. No, I want my fried pork chop. I ain't worried about that dog right now. That dog be all right. He made it this far. He ate. Tell you what made me so mad about picking this dog up. He ate all my Crystal's burgers. I got out of the car for 1 second. He ate all my Crystal's burgers. I had 12 Crystal's burgers. He ate every one of them.
Starving, sir. Have some empathy.
Freaking, he could have at least ate 6 of them and left me 6 of them. And I just grabbed 12.
What you expect? 70 pounds?
74.4 pounds.
What you expect?
Well, I only weigh 100 more pounds than what he did. I mean, he'll be all right. I'm just picking. Don't take me serious.
Now, what was the explanation? Did you ask an explanation on why, and what was the rebuild process?
Well, I contacted him. I tell you what I did. I really what I done. I contacted Isaiah. I didn't contact Charles Real. because Ty Drill's the one that sent me the dog. Sold me the dog, but Ty Drill is the face of the kennel. You know what I'm saying? Ty Drill owns Sandman.
Yeah.
So I contacted Isaiah, and if you're letting me be honest with you, I ain't heard back from either one of them. I mean, and I did, and I mean, I know it's kind of snaky of me, but I contacted JC and I was like, JC, look, I need you to tell one of them, you know, they got this much time to contact me and let me know what's going on with this dog, or either I'm going to blast them. I mean, I'm just being honest, because I mean, sorry, but I mean, if they're that close to JC, and I told JC, he told me, man, he said I'd blast them right now, but I want to give them time to make it right, because after I lost the dog, I was like, you know what, look, I can't come up there, I've got to work, I can't come up there, and this is when I can be there. Is there a way that I can just buy this dog food or send y'all dog food? Josh, man, ain't nobody worried about your short-headed stuff. Anyway, so I contacted them. I was like, look, after I bought, I was like, I'll send you this dog food. I'll buy Chewy dog. I'll buy it from Chewy. I'll do whatever to get it. No, he's fine. He's fine. He's fine. And when I showed up, no, that dog ain't fine, cuz that dog ain't fine.
Mm-hmm. And as far as obviously he's putting on weight pretty successfully. I mean, 16 pounds in a matter of what, 2 weeks? 2 weeks, what you said? That's
2 weeks.
That's pretty ample. So it's like, you know, are you wanting to possibly like take him to a vet and see if there's any underlying issues, or are you just going to chalk it up to neglect?
He's been to a vet. He didn't have any. I mean, we didn't run like a full pound, but we checked worms, checked heartworms, stuff like that. He didn't have anything like that. So I'm just thinking, you know, they just didn't feed him. If you'll be honest with you.
Josh, you're killing me.
Oh, Josh. Hey,
anytime I see his name pop up on Josh is watching, I was like, oh shit, here we go. Here we go.
Let me tell you what Josh taught me something, and I really want y'all to hear me out on this. Now, Josh taught me something on live. Me and Josh went live about a month ago, Josh, on TikTok. Thanks what it was. But anyways, so me and Josh was talking, and you know, hip dysplasia starts off in puppies, right? I mean, that's where it starts off at. And everybody's talking about, you know how everybody thinks it's cute whenever dogs are laying there and they're doing their little frog legs when they're puppies and stuff like that. Okay, so really by 2 weeks old, by the time that they open their eyes, these puppies should be up and walking. If you got them on a slick surface like on a concrete, or you got them on like a flat kiddie pool, something like that, they're going to be sliding. They're going to be doing frog legs. You don't want that. You don't want that at all. And I'm glad he explained it to me like this. I didn't think nothing about it, and it's really clicked in my head.
Mm-hmm.
So what he's been doing for years, he's been doing it like everybody else, has a slick surface and everything else. So what he's been doing this past few times, he's actually had dogs puppies get up and walking within the first 2 or 3 weeks of them, or actually first week and a half to 2 weeks of their age. They've been getting up and actually walking. They don't drag themselves. 2 reasons. He goes to like Lowe's or Tractor Supply, Home Depot, and gets a rubber mat that's got like the little holes in it. It's about as big around as your pinky. So whenever they're crawling, pulling themselves, it's pulling on that umbilical cord, and it makes them want to use their back legs and pick themselves up. And so whenever you do that, you're building your muscle early in your front end and your rear end. You don't have to worry about that. That builds your dogs all the way front to rear. And it's a little bit aggravating of a cleanup, but hey, you want better dogs, or you want hip dysplasia and weak rear dogs?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Because that's how you get things.
So from now on, I'm whelping with rubber mats.
Yeah.
That's
good knowledge. That's very good knowledge to pass along.
I cannot believe Josh Stanley taught me that, other than giving me hell about owning red line dogs.
That's what you're trying to say.
Well, no, he always. This was all in the same talk of me telling him that I bought red line dogs, and he actually gave me hell about it, but taught me something at the same time.
Oh shoot, I like this.
OGs used to put half-cut tennis. What? Okay, I went away, and I'm not touching my screen. Every time I touch my screen, I go somewhere
Take
else.
yourself off.
Tell me what it says.
He said OGs used to put half-cut tennis balls under blankets. Yeah.
Horse mats, Adam too. I've seen
Horse
that.
mats, yeah. Yeah, there's a multitude of different things that you can use, as long as it's something that they can gain traction against. Then you're solid. I would prefer stuff that's easier to clean as well. So that way you can just remove it, put a new one down while you're washing one. So something you can change out or hose down, something like, for example, rubber mats. You can just hose those down. But yeah, for the most part, yeah, gotta have traction. Got to.
Got to. And you want to build it. You got to build it. If you don't build up your muscle, you don't build up your rear end and your front end. You're not. It gives your dogs a head start all the way around.
Yeah.
It's going to help you build. It's going to help you widen your front end out. It's going to help you build muscle. It's going to help you build your rear, so you ain't got weak rear dogs. It'll help you with your stifles if you got straight stifles. Because anybody, dogs come out with straight stifles, and me and Bruce was talking about it. You can fix that. You got to work your dogs, but you can fix it. It ain't easy. It ain't easy, but you can do it.
Ooh. Sometimes that takes a lot of running uphill, like physically running uphill with weights.
But here's the things about it though. 90% of your bully breeders don't care about work. They just care about making money. That's all it is to it. Don't get me wrong. We're all here for money, but we ain't here for just money. If you really want to be honest with you, Bruce ain't made no money. I can tell you from experience. Every dog, every freaking litter I touched of his has died. It pisses me off more than anything else. I beat myself up over it, and Bruce tells me all the time, "Don't beat yourself up over it. It's Mother Nature." Nah, Bruce. It pisses me off to this day.
Dang, I didn't know all that.
He's got bad luck, man. When Bruce has got bad luck, such a good guy, but he's got some bad luck, man. Even though I ain't the best Christian in the world, I still pray for him every night. I know he prays for me, but he needs to pray for me. I'm a screw up, but Bruce is far from a screw up. Man, that joker, he's got bad luck, man. Y'all pray for his luck. He needs to rub on Caleb's head a little bit. You know that they say you rub on a bald head, man.
Rub on the Buddha?
Need to do something.
Yeah, man.
But I don't know if it needs to be his head, though. I don't know if
you might knock out
kind of productive. I don't know about that. I don't know about all that.
You don't want to rub on his head. It might knock AT&T out. It won't be able to make no phone calls or get on live.
You never have good Wi-Fi again. It'll be a bad day.
It's over with and done with. You can't be doing all that.
Hey, Payton, you just said something, man. You said something that rings some bells, man. That a lot of breeders are doing it for money. Just recently, heavy recently, a lot of people been getting out. I've seen a lot of people last week saying they're getting out.
You want to know what I call those people?
Oh, uh-oh.
Coronavirus, COVID-19 breeders. Because if it wasn't for them stimulus check breeders, exactly what they are. If they, I'm being honest. I ain't hating on nobody, but I'm going to tell you, I've been in dogs. I've been fooling with dogs. I ain't been doing it near as long as Bruce. Uncle Bruce has been doing it for 30 years, if not longer, right, Bruce? Up to what, 45, 50 years? Oh, look at Bruce. I don't know how old you are. You've been doing it since you was a teenager, and what are you, about 50 years old, Bruce?
Yeah. 53.
He's 53 years old. Josh said, "Wait on, hold on, free dog." But anyway, so I've been doing it for about 8 years, and I ain't gonna lie to you now. During COVID, I wish I had a litter drop every day because I couldn't hold on to one. I couldn't hold on to a puppy. And whenever everybody was buying them dogs, I was like, I want breeding rights, no matter what. And I know Caleb ran into it. I know Bruce ran into it. Landa, I don't know if you was breeding at that point in time. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know about your whole breeding career. Not down on you. I just know that you're more of a show person. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not. So
I
I don't know where
I
you
don't take
was.
loss very well, so I know my limits. I can no longer do what y'all do.
Well,
So
hey,
I'm sticking to
I ain't gonna
practice.
lie to you. The very first litter I've had in 2 years is in there. I ain't had a litter in 2 years. I ain't carried to, but she dropped puppies last night. So I've been up all night and half the day. But anyway, so but yeah, but I mean, just be honest with you. I mean, there's a lot of people on here to tell you during COVID, during stimulus checks. So if you didn't have puppies on the ground, what was you doing? Because I mean, you were sitting there twiddling your thumbs and you wasn't making no money. Come down, why these folks are trying to smash all. Look, here's the biggest thing though, Josh. The market's so saturated right now because of folks like, I guess I shouldn't have sold so many dogs for breeding rights, I guess, but they had the money, so I was like, well, you know what? I don't give a damn. I'm gonna say I want the money, and which I mean that is kind of a POS way to be, but I guess I was a POS at that point in time. I didn't care. I just cared about money. If you made
I
money,
just
well,
did
give me
do
money.
better.
But at least I admit my faults. Now I wouldn't do it over again. I wouldn't do it over again. I did then, but I wouldn't do it over again. But I mean, you just got so much. But anyways, people are getting out right now. 90% of them. I ain't gonna say all of them, but 90% of them are stimulus check breeders.
Yeah, and then hey, I've seen a couple of them that are really, really good breeders that are doing it because they just want to kind of step back and make sure it's just very, very good quality. So it's a lot of people getting out right now, which is crazy. But now there is a lot of people, like you're saying, a lot of people got into it at that time. A lot of people bought dogs.
And
That was it.
that's how hard it freaking was. Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't hard at that point in time to get in, but now it's
Well,
but it's gonna drop back
in
off.
general, because whelping isn't fun. I don't
Yeah.
care. I don't care how whelping is not fun. It's not fun. It's labor intensive, and and then if you're also trying to show and handle it, there's a lot of stuff that goes into that, and some people don't really take that into account. So I'm sure some of these people, it's just they've got kids, other things in their in their lives that are pulling them in however many directions, and they're missing out on all those things. Can't go to as many shows as you want to because guess what? You got a litter on the ground. You know what I mean? It's just like it can be cumbersome. And if if you got into it for for whatever reason, and all of a sudden those things start catching up, you got to make a decision. A lot of people are making the decision to get out.
Yeah. Yeah. See,
Y'all let me know what Josh said because I can't read it. I can't take it strong.
He was saying, I know he was saying, in other words, that, the puppy prices and everything have came down, but it's a lot of people still asking a lot of money for stud fees, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the things he said. I can go
Yeah,
back and
puppy
read
price,
for it.
and I think the puppy prices has went down because you got so many puppies and you can't get. I mean, I'm not gonna say I can't get rid of them. I ain't gonna say Bruce can't get rid of them. I can't say that Kayla can't get rid of them. But most of these people, it's usually their first or their second litter. The first litter, they was probably they felt like it was a hit because they sold out pretty quick because they pushed it. The second litter, they're probably like, oh crap, it ain't what it was all made up to be because I used all my clientele up from me talking about word of mouth, and they don't have all their ducks in a row. If you want to be honest with you, but they're just the market's so saturated right now, and people's lowering their prices as low as they can go to sell these dogs. I seen somebody posting dogs the other day that was Merle with paperwork. I mean, and I'm talking, they wasn't a bad pedigree. To be honest with you, wasn't a bad pedigree at all, and $350 per puppy.
Good
That's
grief.
Yeah,
that's that.
I stop breeding.
that,
I stop breeding
I,
before I do that, man. That's why you know what? That's why I don't breed a lot. You know, um, every now and then I try to get me a litter or two, something like that for myself. But that's why I don't breed a lot, man. I ain't bred a lot
yeah.
in years.
Hey,
You know.
I like that. And hey, Adam said something a while ago that I like too. He said, "Good, let's make this breed better." Me
Let
and
them see themselves that kind of deal. Yeah.
yeah, I was talking to her. I think it was yesterday, and I was saying the same thing. Like, it's a little more obvious than most times right now that there's people getting out. And I'm just like, you know what? The people that are staying, they're in it for the long haul. They're in it for the reasons. And if you're not breeding for your own program, you know, Josh, you've said something a couple times in the comments, and I love Josh's program over there. Like, he has his program. He breeds for him. Bruce breeds for him. Like, I like that. I like these programs that breed for them. And then, you know, if someone likes your program, yes, it's nice. Yes, it's nice to get money to recuperate what you've spent to continue what you're doing. But you got to be breeding for yourself. If you're not breeding for yourself, yes, at some point it's going to come to an end.
That's right.
It's going to, and in this economy, it's going to come to an end very, very quick.
And you gotta.
You're going to see that in your post. You're going to see that in your interaction with dogs and everything. And it's a business in your eyes, but you got to have the love to really the longevity of it. So yeah, I agree with you. The people that are getting out, the people that are in it for the long haul, that really want to see the breed get better, are going to continue doing it. And that's not a jab at anyone getting out.
No.
I respect that. I would much rather respect someone for doing that than staying in it and not treating these animals right, and you know, just doing and just stretching it out as long as they can. So I respect it. But I think it's good for where the breed's going.
Yeah, you're right.
I've got a few people that I've actually spoken to, like even recently, that they're getting out because it's just a lot. It's just a lot to handle. They've got kids, their kids' recreation, like they don't have a large support system. Like, they don't have other people helping them. So at that point, sometimes it's time to kind of, you know, step back and be like, I'll get back into this, you know, when it gets to the point where I know I have the time and I can actually dedicate that time to this program. So, and again, doing it for the right reason. Like, it's just a different reason, but that reason is also pretty legitimate, and it's something I can absolutely appreciate, because nothing's worse than, you know, other things getting kind of in the way of what you're doing, and you neglect one or the other, you know, and you ultimately neglect the dogs, then that obviously, you know, will create a reputation that you don't want.
Hey,
Hey,
Josh asked a question that I want to answer.
Yep.
He said, so you guys have been breeding a long time. How long will you go before you breed your females if you're truly breeding for your kennel? I done had females that was 4 years old that died on me. I never bred. All right. It's just sometimes I got one out here now. She's going on 4. I never bred her. Never bred her. But, you know, I'm waiting on her to come in heat now. I am going to breed her when she come back in heat. But just like I say, you know, I could breed more. I could breed a little more, but I just, you know, I just don't. I just love my dogs. I always have. You know, let me tell you something. All right. I watch how I breed, what I create. I want to create the same thing. And I really don't use a lot of people's studs. Every now and then I might go out, but I stay within my dogs because I know what I got going on. I don't try to breed to this stud because they popular. I just do my own thing.
Okay.
That's just me.
Yeah, I like that, and I'm gonna put my 2 cents in on that too. The age, the magic number that we look at, if she's a breedable female and have the right stud, 2 years old. 2 years old is really the age that we look at to start breeding a dog. Now it depends on the maturity of the dog too. It's gonna be a case by case. You know, if the dog's not mature enough, even on that fourth heat, we could skip. But like you said, Bruce, you got a 4-year-old girl that it was just never the right timing, the right stud to further your program. You know, so don't breed just to breed,
Right.
because again, there is a lot of puppies out there. You know, people say that the market's saturated.
Saturated.
It is to a certain degree. It's always going to be quality.
Yeah.
But I like that answer, Bruce. And yes, if the right timing's got to be there to better your program, and I think you answered that very, very. And I just want to hit on that because I love that answer that you did.
And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you another thing too, man. I see people that still have puppies, can't get rid of them, and do another breeding.
Mm-hmm.
All time.
Josh is clarifying. He also asked another question that is something that I've personally watched him have this same conversation about the same source or the same material or subject rather on multiple occasions, and it kind of gets people in a real uncomfortable spot sometimes. But it's something that it's incredibly important to consider and to be open-minded about and to discuss, in a safe setting where, you can listen to the whys that people use for it. But that's just in 1 second. He wanted to clarify. He said, I was talking about how long before you wait to breed to get the next generation. So like between breedings, is that right, Josh? Between breedings, how long do you wait?
I have no certain time.
It just
For
depends
real.
on me. It just really depends on what stud I got my
Oh,
eye
I know what you meant,
on.
Josh. I knew what you meant on that second question. We'll get to that.
It really just depends on the female. It really depends on the stud that I'm looking at. It depends on if I change my mind or not, because Caleb will tell you I changed my mind in a freaking heartbeat when it comes to a stud. One time I loved Pro Bulls Mayday. Now I like Pro Bull. Now I like Maximus Jamario's guy. Tomorrow I might like freaking War Bear. I don't know. It's just really depends.
Yeah.
Because I'll change my mind 1,000 damn times, and I'll skip heats. I've skipped heats. I skipped heats. Allison never had a litter until she was 3, almost 4 years old, and she hadn't had a litter since then. And that was 2 years ago, so she's 5 now. So I mean, it just really depends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Josh, what it sounded like he said, no, I meant if you're breeding for you, not necessarily to sell, doing generational work.
Oh, you can't, if you're doing that, you can't wait 4 years like me. If you're doing it like that, you know what I'm saying? You can't wait that long. You have to, me personally, I'm about like Caleb, 2 years old. I have had females that came in heat 3 times before they was 18-month old. And you on the line, me, like if they 18-month old and this they third heat, sometimes I will try to breed, you know. Um, but if you trying to, just like Josh was asking, you have to breed quicker than I normally would breed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, Josh, I like that question. I think Josh, talking to Josh gets deep, and he gets deep with his questions,
Yeah.
and he wants deep response. Well, and I love that. And Josh, I got all respect for you. The next generation is when the time is right, man. If we're going to keep a next generation on our yard, it's got to be right. Talking about if we're breeding for yourself, when's that next generation? Man, you should know when it's right. You should know, like, it's, people say their vision, of course, it should be within standards, things like that. But you're going to know, you're the only one that's going to know when that next generation's really to take the reins. And again, if you're truly breeding for yourself, because the quality should be there. The quantity doesn't mean anything. It's the quality. So
Right.
there's not really a timetable on when that next generation is going to be there, because every breeding's not going to click either. There's going to be some breeding, pet homing, almost the entire litter, and, keeping a couple rights to a couple just in case. But the next generation, there's not really a set time on, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. Like, and again, just to put that question in the response that I'm saying, if you're truly breeding for your own program and to better the program that you're doing and to breed for yourself, the next generation is whenever the timing is right, whenever you have set it up perfectly and that breeding clicked like you were hoping, the next generation is now born. Now feed off that and go off the next generation.
Gotcha. So you keep the whole. Josh added, absolutely, but do you keep the whole litter? If we aren't breeding for money, are we keeping keeping entire litters and hard culling the ones that are not division?
I try to keep the best. It's courting on how many I have in the litter, how much room I got, how many do I want to keep. So, all right, I'm gonna tell you this right here, Josh. I did a breeding, and I had 10 pups. All right, I was gonna keep 3. One of the pups, his right right foot was slightly turned, slightly. Guess what? I culled him. I didn't kill him, but cull mean a lot of things.
But
Not
soft
only
pull, hard
just
pull.
yeah. So what?
Like,
So what I
and soft
done?
pull,
What I
pet home.
done? I got him neutered. I got him neutered and gave him to a pet home.
Yeah.
But I did keep. I kept 2 out of that litter, and I sold the rest of them. I had one, a black female for 8 months, and I recently had sold her. It took me 8 months to get rid of her though, so
Was that
I wouldn't
like
have bred anything
choice?
else, huh? Yeah, it was by choice. Yeah, because I wanted to see how she was gonna turn out,
Yeah.
but I mean, so I kept 2 out the litter.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's I mean, culling in a general sense. Initially, like there's a right off the bat confusion when someone uses the word cull. Immediately, everyone's like, "Oh, you're killing puppies." I'm like, well,
That's
first of
why
all,
I had to
calm down.
clarify that. That's right.
You need to
Well,
calm down. There's two
I
ways
know
to use
how,
confusion.
I know how
You could either use
Josh
the
says it is.
playful euphemism of pet home, or you can say soft cull. It's the same thing.
Right.
You're literally, it just means that is, no breeding rights. That dog will never procreate, but you're not killing it. It
Right.
is going to live a normal lifestyle, just it will not procreate.
Josh, Josh don't soft cold nothing.
And then there's also hard culling, which as far as
He don't even
a lot,
soft.
it's a touchy subject for a lot of people because a lot of people are just like, well, unless if the dog is like deformed and it can't ever live a either healthy or comfortable life, then they're like, well, what kind of life is that? And then there's others who's just like, no, I'll put a wheelchair on that bitch, let's go. So it's all a matter of like, it's really all going to boil down to like how like.
If he's gonna be in a wheelchair, I got a 22 Magnum that'll take care of it. I ain't gotta go nowhere else. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just being as bluntly honest as I can be. I mean, I ain't going
A little
to.
bit more humanely than that, a little less messy.
I ain't going to a vet to pay to put it down, or I got a 25-cent bullet that'll do it.
But
Hey, look, you
guys,
can even do this. It's a lot of people that look for pets. Okay, you can just do a contract. Say, hey, look, you can have this dog if you get it spaded or
yes,
neutered.
they do.
Let them
Yeah.
pay for it.
Mhm.
Let them pay for it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't
Oh,
want
you
to
do it.
do that, let them pay
Yeah.
for
You
it.
You do it.
don't.
It's
Yeah. You don't
agreement.
want
It's agreement between you guys. You know what I'm saying? Let them
Mhm.
pay for it. You make the doctor's appointment, a vet appointment, or whatever, and then just let them pay for it.
I mean, if like I agree with that. I mean, if I see if it's gonna have like a hard life, it's got like a cleft palate, or
Yeah. No,
it's got
that's
like
usually
it's gonna
Well,
be if
that's different.
it's gonna be screwed up. I mean, like I said, I mean, I hard call it. I mean, that's just God honest truth. I mean, I told you how I done. But I mean, if it turns out to be something that's just not breed worthy, 9 times out of 10, I'll get it fixed and I'll pet home or something like that. Now, I know how Josh is. Last time he was on one of our lives, he said, I done a Merle litter with avocado, and if it wasn't Merle, hard cold right then and there. And I was like, damn it, you could have cryptic Merles in there, Josh. Quit. It could have been, but that's just how
sir. Oh
Josh
my
is.
God.
That's how Josh is, and I respect that because he's. I mean, hey, he's not saturating the market. His dogs. If he sells one, if he's got, man, ain't nobody worried about you, and you spelling my name wrong. Keep on playing.
Yeah, with that
Man,
E, with that E in
yeah.
there.
My name's not Peyton. My name's Payton. 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 Anyway, so
Hey, real quick before you say anything, which is, hey, Josh says he wants in. Hey, Josh comes with incredible information. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to exit myself, because Josh is. I want to hear the culling. It is a touchy subject, but it's a real subject, and understand the importance of it and kind of what he's going to say too. Josh has a lot of knowledge. And like I said, that it's a very touchy subject, but that's part of breeding, and especially off the hard like that. But yeah, I'm saying that because I will go ahead and get off here.
Y'all got
Hey, Payton.
y'all got
Hey, Caleb. I get off and let you stay on. I get off. Okay.
Hey, I mean, it's all right, Caleb. I didn't want to see your bald-headed ass in the first place.
Payton,
But y'all
I
got to
wish
be careful with Josh because he's worse than me. I do have little man syndrome, but he's got some bad little man syndrome. Okay.
Oh,
Hey, roll tide. Quit picking on me. Roll tide.
Boy, when you got those, you ain't got no little man syndrome. What are you talking about?
I ain't got much. I lost all my shit.
where's your
Anyway,
purple drink?
so I'm not sitting here just promoting hardcore. Okay,
No, I
but my question is going back to your comment, going back to the things that we're portraying on some of these lives and the ways that we're talking, right? And the ideals that we're talking about is, if we're not breeding for money, what are you breeding for? What are you breeding for? And if you're not breeding for money, are you keeping the entire litter? Because we all know, I know personally, I've picked at 8 weeks old or 12 weeks old, and I picked wrong.
Yeah.
I picked wrong, and my first pick went either to a pet home that was supposed to be a pet home, or I sold it for rights, right? And so if you're truly breeding for yourself, where do you draw the line of, I'm going to keep the entire litter for myself, but then you end up with what? 14 puppies, 12 puppies, 8 puppies, right? And when
We're
you get
all breeding.
when you
We're all
get
breeding for money to an extent.
here, well, everybody breeds for money. I don't give a fuck who you are.
Oh yeah.
If you're breeding Chihuahuas for $500, it's $500.
Yeah.
You're getting product for free. Let's not make no mistake. Whelping is very hard. It's not very hard. It's time consuming. It's laborious. It's exhausting, right? You have to have a lot of knowledge in order to do it, to keep them clean, safe, disease free, right?
Knowledge and common sense.
Right. It's not a lot of common sense. It's truly not. There's a lot that goes into it.
Details.
Hey, I don't know, man. There's some folks out here, man. They ain't got no common sense at all. They can screw it up. Okay, I mean, I'm just being
Well,
honest.
people screw it up all the time, and you can give them the fucking golden book to, here you go. Here's breeding 101.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in my inbox? Here's all the answers. And they still fuck it up. You can't teach stupid. That's just the problem with this shit. So anyways, but my thing is with the hard cooling, right? And if you go back to the pit bulls, we'll just use pit bulls because that's where we derive from, right?
Yeah.
If these dogs were scratching, and I'm no proprietor of dog fighting, so everybody who's going to listen to this or watch this, suck a dick, eat my ass. I don't dog fight. I know everybody's going to be like, oh, did you hear Josh talking about dog fighting? So if the dogs are scratching, right? If the dogs are scratching and that dog bitches out, they put that dog down. But if that dog's a champ, they bred it, right? And if that dog turned around when they were trying to break that dog up and bit a human, that dog was put down. Hardcore. The entirety of it. Right?
Yeah.
Now as puppies, and we're talking a pretty extreme ideology, right? Now as puppies, if they didn't show that grit right as puppies, and they yiped when you picked them up by their scruff, they put them down. Okay. So my thing is we have long beaked, tooth-picked, no rear, high stifles, fucked ass dogs in this community. At what point do we start saying, okay, they're not breeding quality, they're not breeding stock quality? People don't honor anything. I know I've sold pet homes at 8 weeks old, 11 weeks old, that turn around and I come to find out the motherfuckers bred them. Guess what? I'm not chasing down nobody for 10 grand, 12 grand, 15 grand to honor a contract. And neither are you or you. And neither is half of the fucking community. So these contracts that everybody speaks of so highly of, they're only as good as the lawyer that's going to defend them. And who's paying that bill?
Ain't nobody going to.
Right. So, with that being said, are we going to still be the soft culture pussies, or are we going to do the hard culture?
Right. I mean, it's a conversation to have.
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. But you've got to be willing to have the hard conversations, as uncomfortable as it's gonna be, because it's inevitably uncomfortable. We're human beings, you know, and we are.
Like a killer.
I'll tell you what Spike's gonna do. Spike right here. I'm gonna call him Spike because of his hairdo. Spike, he's going hardcore. Spike's going hardcore.
And to go back to your threat of accusing me of killing babies, I did.
I was telling the truth.
But
you told us on live.
But it wasn't Merle or non-Merle.
I wasn't knocking you for it, though.
There was 9 males on one litter.
Jesus.
And I culled them right on the operating table. So they didn't freeze. They didn't nothing. They got put. I made a decision. That one. Done.
Yeah, they never.
And I very well could have picked wrong.
I
very well could have picked wrong. Now,
you made the hard decision.
I've always prided myself on exclusivity. I've always prided myself on being the first of this or the first of that or the only one of this, right? Mm-hmm. Now, I ain't got nothing against Patrick. I ain't got nothing against nobody. But I should have done that Solomon breeding on my own. Because, again, it would have been exclusive, and what was done would have been exclusive to UEK, right? Yeah. So Davos is no longer exclusive because I have 2 males out there, potentially 3 males out there that have breeding rights off that litter. And we only got males, right? And so the reality is if Davos doesn't turn out, I'm going to cut his balls off, and I'm going to send them with a homie. And that's the problem and in that dog, me personally, the way I look at it, in that dog, I'm invested $15,000. Mm-hmm. And I will cut his balls off. You know, now that I've raised him, he's my puppy, he's my dog, he's this, he's that. I might keep him, even after I cut his balls off.
You're going to.
He'll be one of your couch potatoes. But what I really wanted to hear about you, and this is very important, is...
But that's my biggest question, though. As a community, where do you finally just take a stand? And all these... Here's the reason why it's saturated. Just like you said, well, I don't breed Payton. Look, right here. My eyes are red.
Yeah. I see you, Spike. Yeah, what's good?
I don't even know what you were looking at. You got a milk?
No, I was watching Tucker Carlson. My bad. So
you in one breath said there's too many people breeding for money, and then in the second breath, and I'm not trying to pick on you, okay? Know that I'm not trying to pick on you, but and I hear it from a lot of fucking people that say it this way. I'll be the first one to say I've bred for money from the entirety of fucking day one.
Oh yeah.
But I've also bred quality. I've also bred with integrity. I've also bred with morals, right? I've invested more into my dogs than most people I fucking know. So, with all that being said, it's a business. And in business, you have overhead and you have the other side of it. Losses. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. So, in the one breath, you said it's all these people that are breeding for money. And then in the second breath, you're like, I've sold puppies for low dollars just to get them out when I should have kept them.
I said I've seen. Did I say I did? I mean, if I did, I did. But what I was meaning by whenever I was saying people breeding for money and stuff, I'm talking about the people that goes out here. Well, I got a good looking dog. I'm gonna throw this good looking dog in. I'm not and don't even match fucking breed quality, breed standard. They don't even care about fixing their vision. They're just out here. Let me $150 per puppy, and that's what I mean by it. I'm not saying that's what I mean by it. That makes any sense.
Well, and I see all these little retards out here fucking trying to save cleft pup pallets or cleft puppies. Bunch of dumbasses. For what? For what? So you got a little retard fucking running around the fucking house looking all stupid as shit?
I can show you a cleft palate delete. You want to
Caleb.
You mean show you my cleft palate delete?
No.
You know, but it makes no
She
sense
said
to
no.
me. You're just adding more dogs. You're adding more dogs to society, and they're going home looking like this with people.
Hey,
Yeah.
I got my cleft palate deletes in my pocket right now. It goes everywhere I go. He
But-
got in the pool with me the other day, by
And most of them don't survive anyways. But these guys still out here. These guys still out here trying to save them.
No, it ain't
Yeah.
no sense in all that.
So-
Ain't no sense in that at all.
Now, it was back to my so to reiterate the question that I had initially, and this was for Caleb and Bruce, was you guys. I watch your guys' kennels. You guys aren't just out here puppy milling, puppies, right? But and then Bruce, I don't know a whole ton about Bruce. I watched Caleb a little bit more, but I don't know a ton about Bruce. But he's clearly not putting litter after litter, right? And so my question is if you're doing generational work, right? If you're doing generational work and you're not breeding for money and you're not trying to overbreed, but he's saying, oh, well, all of a sudden we have to breed by 2 years and then back to back to back, right? To get generational work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how does that truly work? I mean, I get it. Most people don't want an adult dog. Most people don't want a juvenile dog. You know, and if they do, they're the ones that are going to the shelters and saving Fluffy and Fido.
That's right.
Right? And so, you know, and trust me, I've pet home pups for free that were 9 months, 10 months old, and I spayed them or neutered them myself.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I'm the bad guy, right? Because I neutered a male before 18 months old because they won't bulk out and have all the testosterone and all this shit, right?
That's still an old enough age. Like, I mean, it's one of those things where is it not 18 months? Yeah, no, it's not. But at the same time, it is still so much more time allotted for development than you would if you got a shelter dog.
Right.
I mean,
Shelter
and then you got to think about it too. How many of these breeders don't spend time with dogs? They got 20, 30 dogs. You can't spend time with those dogs. You ain't socializing those dogs. And so when you go to get rid of those dogs, you're like, and if you're honest, which people aren't, you don't say the dog is male aggressive. The dog is this. The dog don't like kids. The dog, oh no, he's great. Loves cats, bunnies, doesn't shit in the house. Never been in a kennel in his whole life. And then they get the dog, and then the dog immediately goes to the pound because it wasn't anything you said it was.
That's right. Hey, I can tell you, look, Josh Stanley made me change my way of thinking stuff. What a year and a half ago when we first had Josh on. When did we have Josh on the very first time, Caleb? That's about a year and a half, right?
Yeah.
When we was talking, he's like, we asked him how many dogs he's got, and he's like, well, I got 5 dogs at the house. But I got like 40-something dogs. I was like, and we was all like, well, what are you talking about? And he's like, look, I got 5 at the house. He said, I don't need, and he's got honest, no breeder really needs, because it ain't nothing but a headache in the first place. Second of all, you need to know about these dogs. You need to know what your temperament is like. You need to have them socialized. You need to have everything when you're going to do breedings, because what does American Bully breeders breed for? They breed for temperament. 9 times out of 10, they breed for temperament because that's a companion breed. We need to know what's going on. But
Emerson, sorry not to cut you off. I'm not going to pick on you, but I'm going to pick on you for 2 seconds here, and I'm not good at math. But we got 21 dogs in 4 hours. What does that equate to each dog per day? 21, let's see, that's 5 minutes per dog? Is that how that equates?
yep, I'll do it right now. So we're 60 minutes times 4, and then divided by 21, you said?
Yeah, 21.
11.4.
11.4 minutes per dog. So a simple training session is recommended 20 minutes. Okay? And I'm not trying to pick on anybody. I'm not.
Yeah. No.
Okay? And Tyler, I love you, man. And I'm just keeping it a fucking buck.
Yeah.
So
He rotates days.
a lot of people do, Craig. It's not.
okay,
It's
so,
just
but
that
I get it, and everybody does. Like I said, I'm not trying to pick on you, man. But when you have too many, when is too many? And not everybody has that capability of 4 hours a day. You know what I mean? Not everybody has that option. And let's see, I want to go back to this one. Bro, nobody breeds for temperament, hardly. Be real. I do. I've hard-cooled bad dogs. I've hard-cooled behaviorally aggressive dogs. I've got them the fuck out of my program.
I've heard that conversation, on another live with you as well, and it was one of those things that, again, it can be a hard conversation to have, but what are you going to do? Like, this temperament is.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying is when I know it's a hard conversation, and I'm not. Yeah. And I'm not fucking pro just kill all these dogs, right? I'm not.
No, people need to understand that that's not you at all.
Okay, and so, but what I'm saying is there has to be an established line, and where do we start establishing that line, right? Yeah. And as a community with guidelines of breed type. Do I cull shy dogs? No, I don't cull shy dogs. Shy dogs can have confidence built. You'll never take the confidence out of a fucking dog.
That's a good that's a good comment about Bruce, because we was having that conversation the other day. I think, I mean, if you got a shy dog, you breed it to a very, very confident dog. I mean, they say that the shyness can vary down into the puppies or whatever. But I had never seen it done, but they say it can be done. I really don't.
I feel like shyness and timidity are often like confused with one another. There's a difference between timidity and just shyness, and that
fear biters
is a big problem.
Fear biters, yeah, I'd put a fear biter down. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, fear biter, yeah.
Yeah, timidity and shyness are not the same thing, and you need to know the difference to make the right decision.
Right.
It's just like you said, a shy dog, you can help build that confidence, and then obviously start to breed, that out of it. Timidity, that's an entirely different animal right there. You're gonna end up getting bit.
Here's my thing that I'm gonna get back on the subject that we was talking about a while ago. Josh, he changed my mind on Outlook a lot of stuff, and he's like, I got like 40 dogs. He's like, but I've only got like five or so at the house. Mm-hmm. And whenever you play, there's always, I mean, I'm not going to tell you trust everybody, because Josh tell you straight up, like he was talking about contracts, like you don't trust everybody.
Tyler, I'll talk on that subject here in a minute. I'm going to let them finish.
But Josh, like if you got that dog in a home with somebody, it's taken care of. 9 times out of 10, that dog's going to be taken care of. I don't give a damn if you give the dog away for free because the folks can't afford it. 9 times out of 10, they're going to feed that dog before they feed themselves. I mean, it just depends on the person, but if it's a dog lover, 9 times out of 10, they're going to take care of it. And that dog's going to be trained. That dog's going to be socialized. That dog's not locked up in a kennel all the time. So after he talked to me about that and talked to us about that on live, hey man, I started downsizing right there. Started pet homing my dogs. That's a good looking dog. I don't care who you are. But I started right there. I started taking dogs and pet homing them right there and right there. I don't have let's see, I got Gold Crush, Warlet, Wario, Max, and same engineering kennels. That's what I got. That's the dogs I got in kennels. So you don't want to just definitely try not to have all them dogs in them kennels.
I've taken early in my breeding career, I took on multiple adult females and just straight ass lied to on their behavior, their tendencies, everything. And I vowed to myself I would never take another adult anything. And unfortunately, those females met Jesus. So it is what it is. Why am I gonna put that dog, number one, into a shelter? Give it to a person.
No one's going to put well. They'd like somebody else next. Absolutely.
They were never biters, but just the sheer aggression to get to another dog was just over the fucking top.
Yeah.
I mean, eating through kennels and doors and just, you know, I can tolerate aggression, but when it is just over the top and unbearable and it just creates chaos everywhere that dog is, that's unreal.
Yeah.
Must have some baby eater in a pedigree.
And you and I had that discussion.
Hey,
And I will say this, and so this is something that I wanted to say earlier.
I changed.
Hold on.
So,
You see that dog right there? See that dog right there?
Uh-huh.
That's Davos. He is probably one of the most inline, line-bred Kimbo descendants probably on the face of the earth right now. And that dog wouldn't hurt a fly. Now, if that dog shreds me or one of my kids, you three and everybody who's watching can come back and say, he played with fire.
Can I ask you a question?
No.
I'm going to ask you anyways.
I'm just kidding.
So, I got information I want to ask you.
John, damn it. Come on, man.
So for real, all right, before I dove off into everything I dove off in, I mean, which I told Josh. Josh was actually the third person I called and told him, hey, guess what I got? Just because I wanted Josh to pick on me because I love Josh. But anyways, so I got these Kimbo dogs, but I done some research on them. Now, is it true that the ones that was aggressive was like Juggernaut or Kimbo bred to XB Freaky, and that's where everything started, because that was only one litter pretty much that has 2 litters.
The repeat.
So I mean, and I was just making sure I was right, but pretty much XB Freaky was an Iron Cross dog, so they took the GK to Freaky, and it created crazy ass dogs.
Outside of Chris Thornton, and I never had personal interactions with any of Chris Thornton's dogs, but XB is some hot motherfuckers. XB is wildly hot.
That's the reason I stepped back and I looked at it and I done research and I said, you know what? Kimbo might not be as bad as it is, as long as I don't see an XB in front of a dog right there beside Kimbo or Jug.
Well, you gotta remember, you gotta understand too. Back in the day, that's my son.
Gustavo was
I
know exactly what Josh was about to say. Gustavo was breeding Kimbo. It don't make a difference if it was a Chihuahua. If they paid $500, they got the juice.
Drink a pack of Corona and $500, and that dog was getting juiced.
Dang it, I'm good. Am I smart, Josh? Or do I listen to you?
And it's the truth, though. So when you have one dog and thousands of variables, and I mean thousands. Look at the fucking breeding career that Kimbo had. And you've got 10, 15, we'll just be gracious. We'll be gracious and go 50 bad apples.
Yeah.
Odds are pretty good, in my opinion. And then when you're talking about that female, he said,
XB Freaky.
You bred was it Cora or was it Freaky?
Freaky. From what I understand from the research from the folks I talked to, it was Freaky.
I want to say it was Cora. Or no, you might be right. Cora produced Jug, and that whole litter was fine. Okay, never mind. Scratch that. Don't listen to me. So, that breeding not only was the entire first litter hard cold because they were so fucking aggressive and human aggressive. They repeated the breeding because they thought, oh, well, maybe it was just fucking luck of the draw. They repeated the breeding, and that's where Nano came from and killed that girl.
In Louisiana.
And the other boy off that same breeding, the repeat breeding, killed that grandma. Okay?
Wasn't one of them one that bit Craig's mama or whatever too? I thought that was off of
That was Squirtle.
Okay.
Anyways, who gives a fuck about Craig?
I'm just asking. I just remember the dog biting. Okay, that's all I remember. I remember the bad shit. I don't remember the good shit.
But so those are some of the dogs and the breeding that hit the headline and hit the community because death was involved, right?
Oh, absolutely.
But
I mean, that
take out
obviously raises some valid eyebrows. You're like, what? I mean, and then you find out details like, oh, it was a repeat breeding. It was these dogs are from the same litter. Where's your sign? Like, so I get, yeah, absolutely. And then you get
Which
the
one?
major names within that bloodline thrown into the mix, and now that's what everybody hears and what everybody sees.
right. And so when that's the ideology that's being brought behind Kimbo, and you talk about his breeding career, and we're talking 2,000 to 3,000 puppies that were sired
Easily
from Kimbo.
Yeah.
Okay. And when I'm saying we'll just give him 50, and I don't even think it's 50, I think it's less than 10. And I think the majority of them came off that repeat breeding.
Yep.
So I laugh at people's face because Mara was up close. Dexter, well, she was a Dexter granddaughter, Juggernaut great granddaughter, right? One of the most goofiest, laid back, chill puppy dogs I've ever owned, right? I've got Davos here, who's off of Solomon. Solomon is off of Kraken. Kraken was Cora, and Kraken was an inbreeding from the Juggernaut Cora, second breeding, right? They did Cora and Juggernaut twice. Okay? Then they bred a sibling to a sibling, essentially, from two separate litters. That's who created Kraken. Then Kraken created Solomon, right? So, and then I'd have to look up the pedigree. I can't remember it off the top of my head. But Solomon is one of the most hands down, line bred, inbred, sister, uncle, fucker dog on the planet from Kimbo. And now I've got one sitting in my house. And I guarantee you that dog ain't shredding my ass.
No.
Yeah.
Whenever it gets down to it, it's just it was Kimbo to Freaky. That's all it
So
was.
you want to talk about aggressive dogs that a lot of people don't talk about. Let's talk about Disciple.
Oh, Iron Cross
let's
is
talk
hot
about-
as shit.
Let's talk about Convict.
Really?
You want to talk about things that were passed on, and XB, I will never own an XB dog blood-wise in my fucking yard. Never again. Never. The only correction, because I don't want to be like this guy and get clowned out for owning a red lion dog. The only XB I would probably steer to would be Chris Thornton's lines.
No, not everybody had Kimbo. I just literally. No, not everybody had Kimbo. I hated Kimbo for a long time.
Yeah, my dog has absolutely. Now, this is something that Payton showed me, because Payton helped me out a lot when Adonis was younger. I was trying to understand the pedigree, trying to understand where he came from. And he has GK in his blood, but it's from Kimbo's aunt. It's pre-Kimbo. It was from his aunt, bred back to Razor's Edge. So it like if there's GK in there, but it's pre that particular breeding, or it didn't even have that breeding anywhere within a mile of it. So when you know an origin point for an issue, then obviously you can kind of isolate it to that. But yeah, to condemn an entire bloodline.
So Gustavo, so GK is different than UKC's Most Wanted, right? Gustavo, Kimbo's a Mastiff hybrid, no doubt about it, no questions. Okay, GK, Genghis Khan, the true GK, is not Kimbo down, right? Kimbo down, when they consider GK, that's when there's considering the GK look of Kimbo down.
Yeah.
But you've got Genghis Khan and the GK behind all of that.
Yeah.
And so, Derek, back to I seen that Derek asked a question. Um. Oh, it was asking about. Having Kimbo in the line. Absolutely, absolutely. When Gustavo and Ryan from Riverside put their shit together, and that became the iconic stamp of what an XL bully should be. Liger, even though he never produced a fucking thing outside of Odin worth of shit, right? In my opinion. Sorry, I'm going on now. But when Kimbo hit the scene and then Jugger hit the scene, and then you started getting dogs like the Kraken. God, I'm having a brain fart off the top of my head off all these dogs. Odd Job's a bulldog with a crop, so that was Riverside. What are you laughing about, Caleb?
He's got us on mute. I can't hear nothing he's saying.
Oh, careful, kiddo.
But so it did. It became an iconic. So if you dig deep into the pedigree, there is a ton of Kimbo in everybody's pedigree. Because that dog literally touched the world. Literally. And some people like Andre at BGK claimed he would never have Kimbo this and never have that. But in order to bring substance to his dogs, because that's what GK does and Kimbo does, is brings
Legion.
There you go,
Vulcan,
Legion, Vulcan, Solomon. Thank you. The GK brings the substance and the bone and the head and everything to the dogs. The only thing GK ain't good at is bringing ass. They ain't got no ass. But that's where you bring it in, and so back to old Dre at BGK, in order to get the substance in the Merle that he wanted with his tall ass, lanky ass dogs, he had to go to Morpheus. Well, guess what? Guess what Morpheus has? Kimbo. So I'll let you guys have the floor. The hard cooling, I'm not out here just willy-nilly fucking just lynching dogs, So I don't want people to think that, and when they think about my name, I don't want them to think, oh, this dude's just out here killing puppies and dogs and just getting crazy with it. But my main substance behind the question is we have thousands. I registered a litter 6 months ago, and I hadn't had a breeding for 2 years, believe that or not. It's Josh Stanley, man. Josh Stanley on Facebook, Utah Evolutions Kennel on Instagram. Plug it out.
But Jesse's been like, you must have been quiet recently because these people are asking who you are.
Yeah, he ain't said very much. He got on live with me on TikTok. And he's like, well, it's the first time I went on live in forever.
Y'all have woken a beast.
He'll go back to sleep.
No, he's got so much information.
He'll be back to sleep. His hair's getting gray. It ain't red no more. He'll go back to sleep pretty soon.
They're going to be calling me daddy. But
get it, Spike.
But so back to the registration thing. I just recently registered a litter, and it was 1,192,000 and some odd fucking numbers, right? That's an equivalent for every single dog in the registry. Okay, so we have, and I'm just going to take a stab in the dark at some of these people. I know who he does. I'm going to take a stab at the dark at some of these people, and I'm just going to go on a vast killing spree of people. I'll bet 500,000 of those dogs that are registered don't fit the criteria for XL Bully.
No.
Yeah, shouldn't be bred.
They shouldn't be bred. And so instead of sending your problem to another house to have another problem or another dog hit a shelter, because if you see a trend right now, if you're watching a trend, I wish this was TikTok so I'd be getting paid for these balloons.
Me too.
If you're watching the trend, though, you're starting to see the trend of, oh, goodbye Fluffy, or good, this dog whose dog is this? He's in the shelter, right? And that's where we're heading. So instead of heading in that direction and our community furthering that problem, because we're already dog overpopulated, right? So now we have jokesters who came in during the COVID and this and that, and everybody, whole entire yards are for sale, right? Okay. Are they, and when they're finally done and they can't afford that last bag of dog food, they Craig Spice it, or they Nia Ryans it, or they put them in the shelter, right? So why are we, Caleb, you're fucking killing me, big dog.
Damn white ass teeth, that bald ass head.
So why are we perpetuating a problem when you could very easily go to a vet and say, hey, this one's done?
Why would you go to a vet? I done told y'all how to.
Because not everybody's a fucking hillbilly.
I'm the best fucking hillbilly there is.
Not everybody owns a gun, you fucking Second Amendment Trump loving motherfucker.
Goddamn right. I'm watching Fox News right now while I'm talking to you, bitch.
Oh no.
You want to see my Clef Pilot Delete? I got it in my pocket right now.
Nah, we cool.
So, it's a thought process, and that's where I ask the question, and I divulge into the question, right? Because I want people to start turning the wheels of reality and conception. And I know I'm a dying breed. I know I am. I'm that tough line between being a millennial and a Gen X, right? I'm stuck right in the middle. I'm stuck right in the middle. And I'll guarantee you, if majority of this community was on this side and the Gen X, majority of these dogs would catch that. I truly believe that. It's this guy, about his age, that love Joe Biden and PETA.
Which one's that? Because I'm beside you on my screen.
Then that one.
Oh no.
I'm a PETA loving son of a bitch.
So, it just, and I don't know how far these lives reach and how far these lives go, right? I know we got 10, 12 people. We know that Josh is kind of abstract on thought process and things like that, right? But it's getting people's wheels to turn on, when do I become a solver and not a problem? When do I become a problem solver and not adding to the problem, right? And so it's not necessarily about just out here free willy, nilly willy fucking just pulling dogs off. There has to be a rhythm and a rhyme. But at the end of the day, if the dog don't fit, how does my friend say that? I can't remember his little phrase, but I know it's a good one too.
If it don't fit your vision, it don't fit show quality. I mean, if it don't fit your vision, then why the hell you got it?
You know what most dogs that are selling right now is?
Freakish ass fucking dogs. Well, I say freakish. I mean, why do you think I bought Red Lion dogs, Josh? Why do you think?
Because you breed for money.
You damn right I do. But it ain't no $350 a fucking pop, Josh.
So, but that's my point. And guess what dogs? I know I'm killing you. Guess what dogs are hitting the shelters?
The $350 fucking pop, Josh.
Not necessarily. I mean, you could get a nice ass dog for $350. The dogs that aren't fitting the standards, the dogs that aren't grabbing the attention, the dogs that aren't selling for money.
That's right.
So
I was talking.
So now, let's keep divulging in this, right? Is if we're getting rid of dogs to shelters or to quote unquote pet homes, and we're not doing our due diligence as breeders to spay those dogs because You have a lot of people out here spewing this bullshit of a dog. It's unhealthy and not beneficial and blah, 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 blah. Why do they spay cats at 6 weeks old or 3 weeks old or whatever the fuck young they are? They're young. They can spay cats that young, but they won't spay dogs. Or the ideology is don't spay or neuter a dog until they're 18 months old.
Color, Derek Hall just said color sells, but color's gone. I'm gonna be honest with you. Color's in the past. It's freakish.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Are you fucking smoking dope?
Man,
if
210-pound dogs like JC Brewer's got and everything else, that's what's selling. I don't care the damn who you are. I mean, yeah, color puts icing on the cake. It does. But whenever you got freakish ass dogs, it does that sells quicker than anything else. Color ain't what it used to be.
I talk to JC a lot, believe it or not.
Oh, I know.
And guess who's not living high on the hog on puppies?
Oh, JC probably not right now.
Guess who other people I talk to quite a bit, and they did great on their litter. They did really well on their litter. And I would bet my bottom dollar they did better than Titan Bullies right now, and they did better than JC Brewer right now on a previous litter right now.
The only reason I say that, and I'm not going to say the only reason I say that is because every time I turn around, I want this. I want 200 pounds. I mean, I want freaking, I want freakish ass dogs every time I turn around. That's all I see. Nobody cares. Nobody that I've been seeing lately, and it might just be me. I might be wrong. Has been saying, okay, I want Merle. Okay, I want this. They want to add substance right now, from what I can tell. And I might be wrong, but 9 times out of 10, if I see something on an XL Bully Blackboard, or if I see it on XL Evolution, if I see it somewhere, they're wanting substance, and then they're going to add color down the line. Don't get me wrong, but they are more worried about, Josh has got substance and color all in one. We already know this. But 9 times out of 10, somebody is still building and they ain't got what Josh has got, so they are still looking for the freak factor. Freak factor dogs is going hotter than.
But that goes back to my point. Now, if you have the freak and you have the color, guess what you are selling?
You're selling them left and right. You're selling them, but you got to have both of them together, and that's hard to find. Don't get me wrong. Bossy Kennels is selling like that. But they're not selling like you are, because they don't have the substance and the freak factor that you do.
Bossy Kennels had 100 franchise kennels. They're down to about 20. And if you think for a second that those guys are still getting 20, 30 racks of puppy, they're smoking dope, and you're smoking dope for thinking that they are.
They ain't getting that much money.
And a lot of these people that are sitting here trying to push the agenda that they're still getting 10, 15, 20 racks for puppies, they're smoking crack too.
Yeah, they're bullshit, idea. They ain't, man.
He's trying to hide his facial expressions. That's why he's in the dark.
He can't handle me.
Who can?
You're muted,
facial
Caleb.
expressions.
You're muted, Caleb.
Yeah, he's
You're
muted.
Caleb.
Oh, I'm sitting here trying to talk and I'm muted. That was in my truck.
Yeah, that's all it was. You was in your truck. That's okay.
Anyways.
I'm not asking for forgiveness, Payton.
Who's asking for forgiveness? I ain't asking for forgiveness for shit. I'm a fucker.
Yes.
This is not his show anymore. No, it's my show right now.
And don't get me wrong.
Shut up.
I'm sure that JC and Titan and Bossy are doing just fine. They ain't hurting. They ain't hurting. The difference is I think JC's doing better than the other two I mentioned, because he's just, in my opinion, he is the XL King. And I'll let him sit on that throne, and I'll give him that throne. He's kind of pounded his chest over the last couple of years more than he ever has, right? And I'm probably the only one that's given him that title, right? But you just got to put respect where it's at. Now, where he's kind of going with his dogs, I don't like it. I like his old shit much more.
Yeah.
But I've talked to him, and I've talked to him. He picks donkeys. He keeps the donkeys around. Why? Because donkeys produce donkeys.
Mm-hmm.
so he's getting taller, longer, bigger dogs. That's why he has a yard full of 200-plus pounders. You know, and it blows me away when some of these people are like, oh, I got one 200-pounder. I got, you know, whatever. Well, when you talk about who's got a big motherfucking dog, and we're not talking about dog, we're talking a yard of dogs over 200.
You're talking about J.C. Brewer. I mean, whenever you say big dog, first thing you think is J.C. Brewer. I mean, he's been on.
Now, if J.C. can get those heads, and he's working on heads right now, you know.
And if he can get that block head instead of mastiff looking head, he'll have something. He's already got something, but he'll sure enough have something.
Well, if he can lock in the head with them big ass bodies, because if that motherfucking dog is 25 inches tall or 28 inches tall, that motherfucker better have a 32, 35 inch head.
You saying he's using Ghost? Is that what you're saying?
The whole world needs to use Ghost.
How about Thanos? How's Thanos looking?
You hillbilly, you still can't pronounce his name. Theros.
I'm going to call it what the fuck I want to. Because my show, so I'm going to call
He's
it
thicker than a Snicker. I'm going to get out there and video him and photograph him. You know.
You've been saying this for 3 years.
Fuck that dog. I don't care. I haven't frozen. So when people don't see the value in something that I do, when I break that fucking dog out and really put him to work, then we'll see the value. Then people will be like, oh, that's why. Oh, okay. Never mind. Just like I made in the post the other day, if Ghost was a tri or a tri-carrier, he'd be one of the most used dogs on the fucking planet.
He wouldn't, because you want to keep him exclusive. You wouldn't let everybody use him. I'm just being honest. He likes exclusive shit, and he's right.
100% agreed. That dog right there is structurally sound, a nice head, a very nice muzzle. If you had the icing on the cake, he had that color sells.
I wasn't down there.
So in that same post, I said that's okay too, because most people are scared to be leaders. So follow me. I'll show you the way. I'll teach you how to do it. I'm taking him to Moxie. And I guarantee you, I get tri-carrier fucking freaks.
Yeah.
Because Ghost throws that head. Ghost absolutely throws that head. And he throws that bone. His bone measured at the elbow right here, 16 inches. I don't even think my forearm measures fucking 16 inches.
No, he's a monster dog. I seen him when you had him in Texas. He's a fucking beautiful monster dog, bro. I don't for anything. I did not Ghost. All I said, he was exclusive, and not everybody would be using him because Josh wouldn't let him, because he wants his shit to be exclusive, and I don't blame him at all, because why would you want to water down your shit and have it everywhere? The more exclusive it is, the more money it's worth. And
Jesse keeps trying to change my mind on this exclusivity, right? On my ideal of exclusivity, right? What's up, Tisha? I do try to keep things exclusive. And I can't remember how he tries to phrase it to turn me the other direction. But he's like, there's nothing exclusive. Everybody can have the dog. Well, no. There's only one Ghost in the world, and I know there's only one Ghost in the world because he was the only dog off the litter. You know what I mean? And so I've done breedings where I've pet homed entire breedings because I wanted that one dog. That one dog. And unfortunately, that was one of the breedings that I fucked up on, and I got rid of first pick somehow. I thought I chose right, and I didn't choose right.
Yeah.
And that was my, and that was go back to a previous question is we know we can't choose the absolute best by 8 weeks old or 12 weeks old. So now do we hold on to dogs until a year old or 18 months old, an entire litter, to make sure we chose the absolute best? And here's the thing. Not every dog out of the litter is going to produce the same neither.
No.
You can pick the absolute freakiest, best fucking dog, and his shit Squirtle brother is going to produce better than him.
Dang, yeah. Very, very true. Very true.
That's the truth.
It's luck of the draw. And I love how people are like, I guarantee you 150-pound females every breeding because my female's 150 pounds. I watched some of the biggest bitches give off 75-pound dogs.
75-pound females.
I've seen 75-pound females.
Yeah.
Some of the biggest fucking dogs are here.
120 pounders. You're like, how on God's great earth did this female have? No, it doesn't make any sense. But again, just like you said, it's like you can sit there and you can watch this dog, this puppy growing, as much as you want, and then pick it and be super uber confident, and then it throws shit. Like it's like.
I really got a question. I'm really asking a question about some other breeders that we're talking about. And I've been thinking about this a hell of a lot here lately. And I'm not really down on nobody, but I am going to kind of down somebody. And I'm not really.
Before you say that, I have never downed another breeder because it does no good.
I'm not like
good. Don't help your clientele. It doesn't further your kennel.
I'm more questioning.
I don't agree. I don't agree with every kennel, everything. I'll just say that.
All right, I'm questioning them. I'm questioning, and it's not in. It may get to them, may not ever get to them, whatever. I'm just questioning. All right, and I love these two dogs. I love them to death, and they're badass dogs. But I want to know what the fuck they produce to make them want to bring this. Why are they bringing Sinister back? Why a Pro Bull Sinister and Pro Bull Bam? They was two badass dogs, but I never seen them reproduce themselves or either outproduce themselves. Why the fuck they bringing them back?
Bam produced like a motherfucker.
He produced, but he never reproduced himself or produced
Absolutely
better than him.
He did. You better go do a little bit more research. Absolutely,
I
that
had
dog.
to find it. I've researched for years. I hadn't seen nothing.
Dog,
it has made me have a
go hit up
Josh. I talked to Josh, and Bruce. And Caleb had King, and I got King from Caleb, and he was a badass dog. And I'm not like I said, he was badass dogs, but he didn't have the wow factor and look better than Bam Bam to me.
Is that Merle?
Yeah.
Who'd you say was Bam Bam's best producer, Josh? He outproduced himself. Did you say a name? I didn't hear.
I didn't say a name. Now you're putting me on the spot.
Oh,
I mean,
my bad.
I wouldn't say that I have followed him like exclusively to watch like that, but I could probably go find dogs that look as good as Bam or better than Bam or bigger than Bam.
I just
and I agree with you, and I apologize. I didn't grill like I wasn't.
No, you're good.
And I wasn't knocking nobody. I just to me, I hadn't seen anything that looked as good as them dogs come off them dogs. I might be missing something.
Well,
but it's just me.
Big Stoli over there right now. Big Stoli's a nice boy. I like Duck Rider.
And Sinister never produced because he never had semen to produce.
I mean, he never had semen to produce, but he had productions.
Very limited.
Because I've got a dog off a Kit Kat.
Look at Juggernaut. Look at Juggernaut. Look at Kimbo. Two of the most heavily studded probably dogs in existence, and name 100 that are fucking dope, that are better than they are.
You're right.
Percentages, hey, Josh talking facts now.
Oh yeah, you're right. I just what I said, I just hadn't seen anything that gave me the wow factor that them two dogs had at that point in time.
Now I have faith in Ghost, right? I say, oh, he produces this head, he does this, he does that. He's produced phenomenal dogs, but none his size.
Mm-hmm.
He's produced big fucking females at 150 pounds, 160 pounds with big ass heads, but not 190 pounds. And he's pushing 200 pounds right now because we're going lion hunting.
How tall? How tall a dog? How tall is Ghost?
25 inches.
25, and you're probably breeding him to smaller females.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, so shorter females to cut. Are you trying to cut his legs off on him, or you just? No, I'm not. No, I'm just saying. Like, are you?
Moxie.
Yeah,
no, you're right. Absolutely. Moxie is an absolute bull. If it was a little bit more light outside, I'd go show you her. Moxie's an absolute bull. She's a she's a tri, right? Just a nice head on her, big, broad shoulders. She's about 21 inches tall, 20 inches tall. She's going to bring his legs down and widen him out. And guess what? The next generation of females off of her and him are going to have 28-inch heads. The males are going to have 29, 30-inch heads.
No, I mean, I'm just asking. I'm just trying to say what he is doing on purpose is what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to. I know
Some
that you're not
people
going to
have
find a
more
female.
monies than they have brains.
I know you're not going to take you're not going to find a 25-inch female. I mean, you're not unless you go to GC Brewers. But I mean, and
Actually,
I've
Ghost
never
has
even seen.
Ghost has a 160-pound daughter off of Avocado, who's got about a 28.5-inch head, and she's about 25, 26 inches tall.
Can't wait to take my girl to Medusa to Ghost. Hey,
Her name's
look, I
name's
ain't
Callie.
I ain't not Goose. I ain't not Goose whatsoever at all. I just was trying to see what you was doing because I'm pretty sure that's what you was doing. I mean, that's all it is too. You're trying to knock his legs off there,
Hey,
make him wider
Yeah.
and make him bigger, make him bigger and wider, but a little bit shorter at the same time.
yeah. Hey,
You're
Peyton,
using him
real
as a
stuff
tool.
though. Hey,
Hmm?
26 inches.
Do what?
We owned a female that was 26 inches to the withers,
Oh
man.
yeah, who was that?
Queen, big Queen. Jeff Aronson actually owns her now.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I mean, if you want to be real technical, there's a lot of fucking giraffe-legged ass bitches out there
Oh yeah,
with no
no substance.
ass. I mean, I ain't talking about human women either, but they ain't got no ass. They ain't got...
They ain't got no substance front or rear.
Oh my God.
They ain't
All
got
right,
no
well, I'm going to
substance
cut this
front or
short. Hey,
rear.
I always love hanging out with you guys, and I know I bring up some controversial shit, and I'm pretty aggressive when I talk about it, but
Hey, we're all gonna have to go live on my TikTok
We've
one
met you.
day and just talk some
All
bullshit.
right,
For real.
man, you ain't talking about your TikTok. Hey, Josh, nothing but love,
No,
man.
I started this TikTok. I'm gonna
Hush,
talk about what I want to talk
hush.
about.
Mute him. Man, mute him. Hey, Josh, nothing but love, man, for real. Hey, and everyone, man, follow Josh Stanley. This guy has been doing it. He's got, man, his program over in Utah. Man, he's been doing it. He knows what he's doing. He spit a lot of facts tonight. I know a lot of people asked his name. Again, Josh Stanley. Josh, man, I appreciate you, man. Nothing but love.
I love you guys. We'll talk to you later.
TikTok for the Bulls. Old South Bully
No,
Farms.
sir.
Check me out.
Thank you, Ben.
Bye, guys.
He's
All right, bro. Hey, call me whenever
Josh.
y'all get a chance.
Peyton, you are a bastard.
I love y'all.
All right, Peyton, give your goodbye, man. Make it short and sweet.
I ain't been on this one forever. I'm taking my time. God. All right, now, good night. Hey, check me out, Old South Bully Farms. We go live Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock. And Caleb and Bruce and Amanda and Josh, we're all going to get on there all together because we can have up to 8 folks and not be sucky like Facebook and only have 4. So, and we're going to be able, we're going to make it a long, we're going to make it a long TikTok. We're going to all have to promote it together and cut, and we'll just cut it all out and just make it a big ass TikTok.
Hey, Payton Payne, Old South Bully
Man,
Farms.
I ain't had nobody to talk to in 2 days, man. I ain't had nobody to talk to in 2 days. I'm glad I got that from my mouth for once.
I love you, my boy.
I've had a 6-year-old. That's the only person I could freaking talk to, and he only wants to talk about his Hudson's playground on YouTube.
Man, and if he flips me off ever again,
He's not. He went to his uncle's house real quick, but I'm gonna make sure he calls you a bald-headed bitch.
To deal with it, Caleb.
He flips Caleb off every time he sees him and calls him a bald-headed bitch every time he sees him. So I'm cool with it.
What did you do to him?
I taught him the right way to do stuff and be real and don't be a liar.
well, I'm a bald-headed bitch.
I ain't bald
Send
yet.
me a notification. That last word got me. All right, everyone, have a good night. I'm going to Peyton's house. I'm going to beat that ass.
Come on.
Good night.
Come on. All right, bye.